We here. Let me go ahead and fix my camera. Camera froze up. And we live. We are live, y'all. Y'all know what the topic is today. Y'all know what the topic is today. Y'all see the title of the video. It's been trending all day today. And I listened to some people debate about it earlier. It was extremely biased. And I honestly don't agree with the narrative that people are taking to this, because I think it's an unfair and unbiased approach. I think it's unfair to judge this era and call this era soft. And I'm going to break that down as you guys filter into the chat room. I'm going to break that down for you guys today. But I'm going to be dropping the link into the live chat. I really want to hear a salute low radar. I really want to hear, because, we like to start chopping up things early. I'm not going to waste too much time talking. I'm going to let you guys know my perspective on it. But I really want to hear your take on, is this era of basketball soft? And why is it primarily? And here's the big thing. Why is it primarily 90s fans that do the hating of the eras? It's primarily 90s fans that do the hating of the eras. It's the 90s fans that hate on the 80s. It's the 90s fans that hate on the 2000s. Hebrew, what's up? And it's the 90s fans that hate on this current era of basketball. It's the 90s fans that are the ones that claim Jordan is the GOAT. It's the 90s fans who claim Jordan was the GOAT only 10 years into his career. And so, again, I think it's a very biased approach. I don't think they give other players a fair chance at being able to chase down the GOAT. We spoke about the other day how easy it was for Michael Jordan to overtake Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the GOAT. They saw him play a couple years. They saw him play 10 years. He was labeled the GOAT just like that. He didn't have to go through a full career. He didn't have to amass X amount of MVPs. He didn't have to get to the finals so many times. We didn't put all of these additional credentials or requirements on anybody else to be the GOAT. Michael Jordan, he was just labeled the GOAT just like that. It was not very difficult. And that's a lot of disrespect. We're going to stay on topic. We're going to stay on topic. And I'm going to give you my take before I let everybody in. And Renegade, I see y'all in there. I know y'all want to tap on this best fighter. What's up? So here's my point on the night. Here's my issue. I heard Anna and some guys chopping it up on Ticket TV. They were saying that the 90s is soft. And again, my version of soft. The first thing is you can't call another man soft without being ready to fight. So the first thing that I'm going to start this off by saying is I really would like to see anybody who claims that this players in today's NBA is soft. I want you to walk up to DeMar DeRozan or Ben Simmons or any of these guys that are currently playing today and just call them soft to their face. And we'll just see how that turns out for you. Because, again, that's a different conversation when you're calling another man soft on the court. So I think, and if I'm wrong, but I think that they're saying that the rules of today's game are soft. I hope that's where they're going with this. Because, yes, the rules of today's game are predicated towards player safety. And in a sense, you can call the rules a bit softer. This is not something that the players can control. The players don't control the rules. The players don't control player safety regulations. And with that being said, if the players can't control it, then why even bring it up that this league is soft? This is not something they control. The NFL has changed a number of rules for player safety, but we don't call those NFL guys soft, nor would you walk up to the NFL player today and call him soft to his face. See, and that's where the issue is. And so here's the problem. So, hey, but best fighter, you said players are soft and can't fight. What I mean, like I said, say that to James Johnson because he trains MMA. So again, we say that players can't fight, but we don't know what they do in their off time. A lot of NBA players train MMA over the summer and use boxing as one of their main conditioning workouts over the summer. So I don't want to jump to conclusion saying anybody can't fight. I would like to stick to the narrative that the rules of today's game are soft, and that's what players have to play under. They can't control the rules. So what we're going to cook on now is this. I heard Anna say, and True to King, I wish you would have used this argument. I was disappointed in you. I wish you would have used this argument. They were trying to say that LeBron James and his move to Miami Heat was a soft move. Okay? They said that's what changed the balance of competition in this era of basketball. It made one team too great. That's what they claim. But here's the problem with that. And let's say I'll give you the fact that LeBron James showing players that they had the ability to move, to control their own destiny, to go where they want to go. Okay, we'll say that does shift the balance of power in the NBA. How come nobody, why does no one ever speak on the 90s and speak on how the NBA changed the balance of power and competitive balance in the NBA by adding six expansion teams into the NBA? And so what comes along with expansion teams? The expansion draft comes along with expansion teams. So what happens when there's an expansion draft? Well, when there's an expansion draft, these expansion teams can pluck players from random teams to create their own team. Those players did not want to leave. You know, there were players on the Bulls who did not want to leave the Bulls but got pulled as a part of that expansion draft. Didn't that change? Didn't the NBA make a decision based on dollars? The NBA added more teams into the NBA for money. But it's fine when the NBA changes the competitive balance in the NBA for money. But when LeBron James makes a move to another team for the betterment of his family, his well-being, his career, his business, his legacy, it's now such a big thing when LeBron James switches teams. But the NBA did it by adding 6 expansion teams. The pulling, we don't know what some of these players had going on in their own cities. Now these players are forced to move. A lot of these guys have to now move into Canada. Guys are moving on, forced to go down to Miami and play on some of these terrible expansion teams that were terrible for a long time. But didn't that change the balance of competition in the NBA? But we don't never give any venom to David Stern in the NBA for changing the competitive balance in the 90s by adding all these expansion teams. But when LeBron James takes advantage of the CBA and says, you know what, I'm going to switch teams, it's a big deal. Now that's soft. That's what makes today's era soft. All right. It makes guys today soft because they have to play within certain player safety rules. I'm going to drop the link to this, man. We're going to keep cooking on this because I think it's a very interesting topic. I think a lot of people are extremely biased when it comes to this topic. I think again, at the end of the day, and I say this a lot, I really think it's 90s fans just trying to hold on to their era. Their era, it's been 30 years now. It's been 30 years now. The game has advanced. The game is different. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. And I'm going to go ahead and let True to King in because he was talking on this in Best Fighter. True to King, man. What's up, man? What happened with that, man? How come you did not? Please explain to me why you did not them with that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I was trying to cook. Hold on. I was trying to cook. You know how it be. Listen, man. I'll be trying to cook and he was trying to cut me off, man. Listen.
Well, see, here's the thing. Over here, we're not going to cut nobody off. We're going to allow people to get their points across because I know you got a limited amount of time before you can say things sometimes over there. Like I said, I try to keep it more controlled over here because I really want to get an understanding of where everybody's coming from. See, I know Best Fighter has his own perspective. I'm going to let him cook it up. I definitely know Showtime is going to say something crazy. But and I'm going to finish my perspective on this. But basically my perspective on this, so everybody's clear as y'all are coming into the chat. Yes, players today can shift the competitive balance with free agency. But let's not act like the NBA did not shift competitive balance in the 90s with expansions and expansion drafts by plucking players from other teams to create all of these expansion teams for money. They didn't care about the competitive balance when they added more expansion teams. They simply cared about money. But it's okay when the NBA does it. But when LeBron James does it, it's a big deal. And on top of the fact that nobody went, where was all the criticism for terrible GMs like Jerry Reinsdorf? Where was that? This man single-handedly broke up the greatest team we've ever seen in NBA history because of ego, and he didn't even get fired. If you do that in this era, if you run the best coach in the game out of town, along with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, how can you walk in the office the next day and think you have a job? And we never give those GMs any backlash for that. He gets a pass. So we got to give some of these GMs a lot of we got to start holding them accountable to not holding up to their end of the bargain. When we look at what LeBron did, I want somebody to tell me this without Googling it. Name any relevant draft pick that the Cavs had that first 7 years when LeBron was there that actually made a difference with that team. Now that tells you how terrible those GMs were. They couldn't even draft a guy that had any relevancy. True to King, what you got on this, man?
Yeah, man, you hit it on the nail, man. I mean, listen. I mean, the league don't listen. Let's be clear. The league don't care about trash ass teams, yo. Let's just be all the way real with you. They don't give a damn about the Suns. They don't care about all the change that's known being garbage. They don't care, man. And they've been like that for years, man. That's why they added expansion teams and they trying to do some expansion teams now. They don't care, man. Like they moved Seattle for no reason all the way to OKC. Like they don't care. So when people say, "Oh, they moved the balance and all that stuff," like the NBA don't care. The NBA don't give a damn. They don't listen. And the fact that like the league is being soft and all that, like we don't know who is about that and not about that, man. Like we don't know. Especially nowadays, because they don't want to lose money. And plus, like nowadays, too, you throw a whole punch, you get suspended for maybe 10 games. If you would even hit somebody, you know what I mean? Like you're getting suspended. So you gotta put that in consideration, man. Like you getting fined to the maximum, to a degree. Like they don't want that malice of past thing happen again, man. And plus, people act like in fight, listen, if things can happen in fights where, okay, what's the dude from the Lakers that punched one dude in the face and he was blind for the rest of his life from back in the day? What was the dude? He like a coach now.
Hey, True to King, check this out. Yeah, I know what you talk about, but here's the situation that was broken down to me when by one of the coaches. They said, "What if this happens?" Because there was a situation in the NBA where a player accidentally threw a bad pass into the crowd. It smacked the old lady in the face. Broke her nose. She sued the team for like $5 million and got $5 million. Now imagine if we condone this fighting bullshit and we allow it to happen. Like I heard Ticket say, allow people to get smacked up. And let's say a rumble starts. They fall into the crowd and they fall into a little kid and the kid hits his head on the ground or something and he dies. It takes one incident like that and the NBA will never recover from something like that.
Yeah, I don't condone that. See, I'm not saying like you can't defend. Now, if you defend yourself, that's all. It is what it is. You defend yourself.
It doesn't. I don't think it matters. At the end of the day, it's too much at risk to allow players to play or fight, or you allow that to happen. Because again, it just takes one incident to go wrong. This is why they had to react so harshly after the Ron Artest incident with the Pacers and the Pistons. Because they cannot have fans and players and that fighting stuff going on, because Detroit, to be honest, Detroit has still not recovered from that. Detroit still hasn't recovered from that all the way. They've never been the same since that happened. And so it's so much money you can lose. It's so much at risk. You got to pay out lawsuits to people. If something does happen, you'll never recover from it. But hey, Best Fighter, what do you got on this, man? Why did you say players today are soft, man? What's going on with that?
Because it's true. Look at how they act. Look at all the flopping. Look how they act to, a little contact. They sitting here crying to the refs, all flailing on the ground like someone shot them. And some of them are, hold me back, tough guys. Like, let's say, look at Luka Doncic when the Morris twins push his ass on the ground and he act like he was going to do something. Like, that's the fake shit I'm talking about. These dudes are soft.
The fight back in the G wasn't even taken serious. Them boys couldn't even look at that shit.
Hold on, Renegade. We're gonna let Best Fighter finish his whole thought first, because again, I don't want to cut him off because I know how that feels. Go ahead.
Like some people, like I know James Johnson, he trains at MMA. I know David West, he boxed. Carmelo, he boxed. But most of these NBA players, they don't even know how to throw a punch. Like you seen the Embiid and what's his name fight, Karl Anthony Towns. Come on, man, they swing like fucking women.
Mm-hmm. No, best fighter. I like I said, I appreciate where you coming from with that, but it's not about if you can fight or if you can't fight. I don't think that's what determines somebody being soft or not. If you're going to call another man soft, because again, I don't think when they said the NBA is soft, I don't think they were saying players are soft, because again, that's extremely disrespectful to call another man soft. That's basically fighting words. I think it was more so about the rules of today's game being soft. And again, you say the flopping, obviously the flopping has now become a skill. In the NBA, you're as good as what you can get away with. If you can get away with it, travel every time, get away with it. If you can trick the ref into making a call to go your way, do it. Like, I'm not against flopping. You could say it's not basketball, but it's been a part of the game for ages, not just this era. It's been a part of the game for a long time. And now that the rules, with all of these additional player safety rules, they can kind of accentuate that and really make the refs accountable for making these calls. That's just using the rules in your favor. That's all. And so, again, it comes down to the rules of the game and how players react to the rules of the game. Because I don't look at a player like Patrick Beverley who flops, and then I say off the court, yeah, he's soft because he flops. No, it's a game. And I'm not going to say you as a man are soft because you're playing within the rules of a game and you decide to do something to get a call to go in your favor, your team's favor. I think as fans, we don't like it, especially when it goes against our team. But at the end of the day, it's just the rules. That's just the way the rules are. I don't think the players can control it. Go ahead, Big Chip. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but you can tell like who's about it and who isn't. You can tell. But
I know you've seen this a lot, Best Fighter. And again, I don't want to make this about who can actually fight and who can't, because that's not what it's really about. It's not necessarily about that. I think it's more so about the rules that change the way players can actually play. And
I got another question for you. Like, what's your thing with this whole 90s? Like, what's like you said, the whole hard fouls and shit that wasn't a good look for basketball.
No, hold on. We're gonna touch on that. Hold on. I want to stay on this topic. But that's a good question. We're gonna touch on that, Best Fighter. I want to hear from Showtime real quick right now. What do you got on this?
Lamont, I've been hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
All right, I've been hearing you all week. You pull out. You've been putting out a lot of great content. This is my thing about you though. I pay attention to you with the stuff you be saying. You say, see, this is my only problem with you saying, bro, and this rubs me the wrong way about you. You've been saying 90s, all 90s fans are biased, and they biased to say this era is soft. But look, to me, you're taking the shit on the 90s though, and that kind of rubs me the wrong way. And I'm gonna say this though, I don't think this era players. I don't know that. I'm gonna say this. I don't think the players are soft or harder. I don't know that because I never saw a lot of these dudes fight. We probably will never see guys out here really fighting. But far as like intangibles, mental toughness, this era lacks a lot of that. A lot of guys don't have that. They don't have intangibles. Sometimes I feel like they lack high basketball IQ. A lot of guys. As the years go by, we're gonna really miss Chris Paul, a guy with that leadership. Because a lot of these young guys coming in the NBA, they didn't come in the NBA with that type of mentality like Chris Paul, that leadership, that floor general. A lot of point guards out here are mostly two guards. See back then, you had a lot of point. See, a lot of them they stuck to the basics. You're a point guard, you control the floor, you control, you control the game. See now, you got a lot of point guards out here. They just out here getting stats. But they know how to control the game like a Rajon Rondo.
Yeah. My question to you would be, okay, you're talking about how the style of play for a point guard has changed. How does that correlate into a player actually being soft or not?
Bro, what I'm trying to tell you is bro. This whole era, the mentality is really about the mentality. Being less like it's the mentality and the rule change that's soft.
Kill me with this fucking
So is it the
It's
rule
not.
changes? Is it the rule changes or the actual people?
fucking mentality bullshit.
Hey nigga, what? Hey,
Man.
you
Hey,
right?
hold on, Showtime. Stay on point. Stay on point. Don't let them get off you off square. Stay on top. Because
No, I
people
can't
people
really
gonna
hear.
agree. I got you,
I can't.
Showtime.
No,
I
I
got. I'm gonna
can't
let you.
hear. I
Oh, my
can't
bad.
hear. Somebody breathing in the air. That's what I'm saying,
Oh, okay,
bro.
okay. Nah,
Somebody
go
breathing.
ahead. Go ahead. Keep cooking. You good? I'll mute him. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like I'm saying though, what I'm watching is dudes are not. Dudes, I don't know. Dudes don't have that. Dudes don't play with heart. A lot of these dudes don't play with heart, bro. I'm just being honest, bro.
I can't.
The
So I want you
NBA,
to tell me what's playing with heart. What is that?
like they don't play with a lot of these dudes. It's like they fear when somebody else is better. If you know what I'm saying, like I be looking at Damian Lillard. I watched Portland. They feared the Lakers, bro. Clearly, bro. Them dudes after they got their ass kicked game 2. It's like they quit, bro. It's shit like that. I be looking at. It's like
All
they
right.
give up. They give up real fast, bro. They don't have no heart, bro.
All right.
Like
All right. I mean,
they come in the NBA. They come in the series like I know we gonna lose, but we gonna go out there and try. You see what I'm saying? A lot. You see that a
hold on.
lot, bro.
So could you say that? Could you say that with the Clippers? Then are you gonna say they didn't play with heart?
Hey, bro, they didn't, bro. In that game 6 and 7, like I'm gonna say this, game 7, they really, it's like they quit, bro. It's like they said, man, we gonna lose.
Yeah. See, because I think again, when you start talking about heart,
They
and
don't play with heart. A lot of
I
them
know,
don't play with heart. That's
I
the
know, but what I'm
truth.
saying, all I'm saying is
How
when
many
it
Kevin
goes.
Garnett's out there?
What about the Nuggets?
No, hold on, Showtime. My thing is this: we don't. It's too. That's not something that's measurable.
Come on,
That's
thank
something.
you, bro.
That's something that's something to
God
where.
damn,
Here it is, right here. So Showtime. I can say.
fuck, man.
I can come in
Stupid
this
ass
chat.
shit, man.
I can say that best fighter. He doesn't debate with heart because
Bro,
he doesn't do or he. Well, I'm just giving you an example. I can say the
bro,
best fighter.
ask the question, bro.
Stupid
And
ass
this some
shit.
real shit. If
No,
it's
the
stupid
fuck
ass shit, all right. If it's stupid ass shit, right? How many Kevin Garnett's out there, bro?
Man, what are
How
you
many
talking
guys?
about? Mean mugging
How
when he
many?
get on a new squad? That's what KD doing.
Bro, you missing
Yeah.
the point. You're not really listening to what I'm saying, bro. How
Well,
many
hold
Kevin
on,
Garnett's out there? The
hold on. Showtime.
guys that play with a guys that really play with a chip on their
Showtime.
shoulder
Before we
and play with fearless.
Before we open the chat up, you can ask that question when we open the chat up. Let's go ahead. I hear Renegade because he doesn't like what you said. Renegade, what do you got on this? What do you got on this? Like, how do you feel about this connotation that players are soft?
Man, them boys some hoes, man. They just some hoes. They hate it. Feel me? Man, when niggas don't go for them, don't go with their moves like that back then because they know what's happening. Niggas not gonna let a nigga just elbow them like talking about it that they and when they did, niggas was doing that shit. Remember this shit talking about
I
give him
mean,
a hard
here's
foul, give
my
him
thing
a hard
about
foul,
that.
and then a malice in the palace happened.
I disagree with the fact
And
that
all of that other shit happened with the rule changes and shit. Fuck you talking about? Niggas not about to just let a nigga hit on them, nigga. What the fuck y'all talking about? Like
You
y'all
missing
niggas
my
is
whole
crazy.
point, bro. You just sound tough. You sound real
But y'all
tough.
So
let, but
so
they
so
let
so
it,
what
but they
would
let
these
niggas,
players do to
but
Bill
they let
Laimbeer
niggas,
or Charles
but they
Oakley?
let
What would
niggas.
these players do to Bill
Hold
Laimbeer?
on,
How
best
many
fighter. Hold
Charles
on.
Bill
Oakley's out
Laimbeer
there?
admitted the
Hey,
flop. Bill
hold
Laimbeer
on.
admitted the flop. So I don't want to hear that shit. He
I'm
said
talking about when it comes to
utilize the
the
rule.
hands. I'm talking about when
Nigga,
it comes to the
look it
hands.
up.
What would they
Look
do?
it up.
Hold on. But best fighter, I'll
What?
ask you this. Let me ask you this, best fighter. I don't think Bill Laimbeer was a good fighter. He threw a lot of wild punches.
He
Shit, but he
wasn't
won't.
scared.
Hold on.
But what
If
I'm
you
saying
look
is
at
That's the
if you look
point.
at well, what I'm saying is if you look at the cover of the video, I've seen Bill Laimbeer punch people that were getting held down.
He
That's
wasn't
not
scared.
Bill,
That's
no,
the
no,
Bill,
point.
hold
yeah.
on,
no.
Showtime. He
That's a
won't.
hold on.
coward.
Bill
Hold on.
Laimbeer won't
Robert
scared of
Parrish, hold
nobody.
up.
Bill
Hold on.
Laimbeer won't
Robert
scared of
Parrish,
nobody. He fight
hold on.
anybody.
Robert,
That's the
that's not
point. That's
true.
what I've
That's
been
not
saying.
true.
Let me
Hold
give
on,
That's
you
hold
not
on,
true.
that.
Hold on.
Bro,
Hold on.
that's
Hold
what
on.
I'm
That's not
saying.
true.
hold
That's
on.
not
We
true.
got
That
it
is
because
true. What you talking about?
He
He went
admitted
toe
the
to toe
flop.
with Charles
Hold
He
Barkley.
on.
admitted the flop.
Robert Parrish punched Bill Laimbeer. He ain't do nothing.
Bro,
Oh,
these dudes are
from
bro.
behind? From behind? You talking about?
No, he punched Lambert in his face. And he
Yeah,
didn't do
from
He
nothing.
ain't do
behind when Bill
nothing.
and B
He
was
ain't
going
do
for a
no.
rebound. Come
He
on,
still
man.
didn't do nothing. He still didn't do nothing.
And
So
you
what are you
wouldn't have done
saying?
shit either. You wouldn't have done shit either.
I
Cause
guess.
all
Lord,
tables and
Hold on,
shit,
hold on,
like
I
hold on,
guess.
rumors
hold
and
on.
shit. Them
Hold
boys
on, y'all.
ain't
Hold
had
on,
no
hold on.
skills, so they had to spice shit up in a whole nother way.
Oh,
Them
they
boys
didn't have
ain't
no
had the
skills. So how they
skills
make
to
it?
stay
How they
in
make it in
front
the
of their
NBA if they
fucking
didn't have no
man,
skills?
nigga.
How they make it in the
What
NBA
you
if they
talk?
didn't have no
I'm
Hold
saying
on,
they
skills?
had
hold
the
on,
skills to
hold on,
stay
hold on, y'all.
in front of their
Now let's
fucking
do this.
man, nigga. That's
We
You
gonna
what
do
you
that.
happened.
just talking
And when they
shit. You
get
just
their ass
talking. You
clipped,
running your
Hold
mouth.
on.
they
You don't
they
know what
get
you're talking
mad.
about.
Nah,
You
Lamar,
understand?
You
I
just
ain't
running
Hold
your
hey,
on.
cut
mouth.
nobody
Hold on.
off. This
Nigga.
dude
Hold
cut
on,
a nigga
y'all.
off though.
Hold
I
on,
ain't
hold on,
cut
hold on.
nobody off.
Hold on, Showtime. Showtime. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta keep some type of order because when y'all start yelling, the chat can't hear you, I can't hear you, and nobody gets their point across. So we gotta make sure we going one at a time over here. We gotta go one at a time. It's the only way we're gonna get any point across. And at the end of the day, we gotta stay on top because this is
Dude
not a
cut me off.
hold on, Show. I got you, Showtime. This is not a conversation about who can throw a punch because that's not what determines if a man is soft or not. That is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the fact that this era of basketball is getting called soft for things that they cannot control, which are the rules. And again, so my thing is if you think the players of today are soft, we need to know why. But at the end of the
Oh
day, if at the end
no.
of the day,
And they can't tell you.
at the end of the day, we cannot talk about somebody physically being soft or what they would do if they got pushed or punched because we know in basketball that's your profession. This is your job.
Right.
Because
We're
I
talking
guarantee
about
you, hold on, Showtime, I guarantee you a lot of you guys, if you're in the midst of your job and things get crazy, you're not gonna go do something crazy to risk your job, especially if it's a job paying you millions of dollars a year. See, let's not act like we're gonna risk it all. If I'm getting paid $10 million a year, I'm not about to risk it all and throw a punch at
Hey,
somebody
but I got a
if I know
question
it's
for
wrong.
you.
Lamont. Hold
We
on,
gotta be
Lamont.
smart.
Hello, Lamont.
I know we're gonna. I'm gonna open the chat up so everybody can chime in, but I want to hear from everybody real quick.
I
So
want to
I'm
tell
gonna,
you this.
I got a question for you though.
hold on. We're gonna move on to Big Kev. I need to hear what Big Kev has to say first. We're gonna let everybody talk
That
first.
nigga cut me off. I ain't get
Hold
your
on.
feel what I'm saying.
We
I ain't
gonna
even
come
said
back.
nothing.
We gonna come back to you, Showtime. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
We gonna. What's
That
up, Big
fucking
Kev?
clown
yeah.
ass nigga.
I ain't even said nothing. What y'all talking about?
Big Kev. What's up? No,
Yeah, to be honest, the accusations is crazy because if it became soft, it started before the '90s when Jordan was complaining that the bad boy system was a bad look for the NBA with all the the hard fouls and they had back then. So when he kind of complained about how they were the hard fouls on him, and then they started cutting down on the hard fouls, that just manifested all the way to what we have now. So it's not like they just started calling these fouls in the last 10 years. It started back before he started winning his championship. So that cutting back on those hard fouls, that allowed him to be able to be the best player, the player that he was.
true. Hey, CA3 Sports Talk. What you got on it?
Yeah, my opinion on this is that I don't understand what's this whole soft versus being physical thing because first of all, I mean, I don't understand why you'd want to see people get knocked around. I'm a Pistons fan, but I understand why the game was changed because I mean they were kind of just they were kind of changing the game by by trying to kill somebody at the basket because they couldn't guard him one-on-one. I mean, so you can't blame him for changing the game, for changing the style of the game because but Bush League ball shouldn't be acceptable in the game of basketball, which is supposed to be a non-contact sport. I mean, you're not going to call MJ soft just because he wanted David Stern to change the rules and make it so teams are penalized for hard fouls. I mean, it was really meant for the bad boys because they were just hitting. They were just. I mean, it wasn't basketball. I mean, they were just killing him. I mean, so he went to the league and wanted to change it so that they would be penalized for just playing bush league ball. So I don't. So you're not gonna call MJ soft for wanting the rules to be changed. And I mean, it kind of led, and that rule change kind of led the league in the direction of player safety. So I don't see what's being soft just because the rules are meant for player safety. That's not necessarily being soft. It's just the game.
It just hate.
What you got, Iron Bite? What you got on this Iron Bite, Tyson?
What's good, yeah?
What's good, man?
Hey, this league right now, this shit is soft like tissue, man.
Thank
And
you,
I'm gonna tell
sir.
you why. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's not physically, but it's mentally. Remember how Kobe called Dwight soft? Do you think Kobe meant to call Dwight soft because of his physical build or because of his mental weakness? Like when it gets tough. Hold on, who mic is that?
Exactly.
Hold on.
Man, because
It wasn't tough
Dwight
about the
couldn't
soft
be.
mouth.
Hold on.
He
Let me
was.
finish. When it gets tough, they take the easy way out and they fold and crumble. Example, remember how Dame was on Twitter telling poor George, you always switching teams running from the grind. You get what he's trying to say? When the toughness get tough, they start bailing out. They want to switch teams. They don't want to put the work in. And like
They about
I
to
could bring
trade
up
him.
an example, like in the 90s, when Jordan was getting beat down by the Pistons, he didn't say, oh, let me run to this team. Let me run from the grind. He got in the fucking gym, put in that work, came back tougher, stronger, and got the work and got the job done.
Bron was never trash enough to get a high enough draft pick and trade for somebody like Pip.
Bro, what are you talking about? We talking about the toughness. We're not talking about no draft
Talking
picks.
about
I'm
health.
giving an
Talking
example.
about health.
I'm giving
Talking
an
about
example
health.
of running from the grind, bro.
Talking about
When it
health.
was
Yeah,
losing,
you
they
didn't have
still
to run
had
from the
Pippen.
grind because he was shitty enough to get a high enough draft pick and get Pip on his team.
So when poor George was running from
So
his teams, he didn't have help.
so acknowledge that. Put some
When poor
respect on that.
Nigga, let
hey,
the man talk.
that's what I'm
Shit.
saying. What the fuck this dude talking about? When poor George was running from the grind, like Damian Lillard was saying, did he not have help on his team?
Not enough to beat Bron.
But
Bro,
Iron,
you got players in this era calling other players soft. Where's the argue about?
Iron, I give you, I like your take on it. You talked about the mentality. I appreciate that take a little bit more because again, I don't like correlate being soft to not being able to fight because there's a lot of tough guys that act tough but can't fight. That don't make you, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's your mentality. So I can take that point. It's your mentality. It's your mentality that makes you soft. But at the end of the day, you gave one example of Dwight Howard. Is that representative of the entire league?
Well, the majority of them, I gave you another one, Import George, where players going on social media calling him out from running from the grind, being soft mentally.
So
if players
of this league are calling Paul George out for, so doesn't that mean that most of the players aren't soft and they don't agree with how Paul George is acting or moving?
You could say that. You could say some of the players feel that way.
See, because again, it goes to when we're talking about the league in its entirety. That's what I say. I don't think it's fair to name one player or two players and then generalize the whole entire league. But I like your take, though.
What about
I like
Kevin
that take.
Love
I respect that. Hitman X, I see you jump in.
What about Kevin Love being soft? He said he had like mental.
Bro,
he was
having
dealing with
depression
mental
is
shit with
not
the
being
media.
soft.
They still made the final.
Let's let Hitman jump in on this. Hitman, let's go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tip in. I ain't really got too much to say about it. I mean, it depends on how you interpret it. If you're interpreting it from the physical standpoint, then yeah, you can say it's softer because of the rules. If you're taking it from the mental aspect, I say the 90s are softer because they for one, they allowed one man to take championships for the majority of that era. And they also were stuck in that mind frame that, oh, I gotta stay on this one team. I gotta stay on this one team and work it out, as opposed to just saying, you know what, I'm gonna do what's best for myself and go to another team and team up. I feel like if they would have had that mentality instead of having that slave mentality and saying, you know what, I'm gonna stay with one franchise and let them fuck me over, a lot of players would have had a lot of more championships. But because they were, followers, in my opinion, I just say that it depends on how you interpret it.
That's fact.
Like I said, and see, Hitman, your example was almost like the counter to Iron Bite Tyson. When you use the mentality, like when you go into mentality, something that's not measurable, you can apply it to almost every era in your own way to make your case. That's why I don't like.
Hey, but one thing that he said,
things. That's why when you go to things like heart or, I'm sorry, go. I'm just saying when you talk about heart and mentality, yeah, that's facts though. One man dominated the 90s.
Because you had Reggie Miller, like I said, you had Reggie Miller talk about. You had Reggie Miller talking about, oh, well, Jordan kept you from getting the championship. I just feel like that's weak. That's weak to say some
But
shit. That's not
Yeah,
considered.
plus
right.
I
And
was
it
a
all
big
bow
fan of Reggie
down
Miller.
to that
Hey,
nigga.
Hitman.
All of them.
I agree with what you're saying, but they do that. People suck up LeBron and other players way more than they suck
No,
up.
hold on,
Jordan.
but Iron
They
Bite,
do
I
that
gotta
shit.
give that to Hitman primarily because
Nah.
you never hear players of this era saying I can't win a championship because of LeBron. They just go
they
through
fair.
them
They
and go
don't
win
say
it.
all fair. They
People,
said they
players
man,
in
they
the
said,
90s will say we didn't win because of Mike. They
Yeah, because
admit
he
that.
stopped them. He
Now
was
is that
better than
right?
everybody.
but hold on. Is that
Hold
mentally
on.
soft? Is that weak? Is that
No,
soft?
Iron.
no, he was just
Yo,
simply better.
hey yo,
But he
Iron.
only
They
really
listen.
stopped
Listen.
16
Hold
from
up.
getting a
What about the
championship,
fear?
though.
Hold up.
What about the whole 90s being scared of MJ? What about that?
That's exactly about to say.
Man,
I was
nobody
about to
was
say
scared
that.
of MJ. Cut the
That's
They
shit
not
said
out.
true.
that.
That's
He
right.
They
only
That's
said
not
stopped
true.
that.
16
There was
They
from
not.
getting
said
the
that.
championship.
That
He
is
didn't
They
just
true.
stop
said
everybody
that.
from getting a championship.
Yo, they really
He only
said
won
that
6
though.
times. So who
They
he really
really,
stopped?
So
they really
He
said
only
that.
stopped 16. He won 6 times. So that out of his 14-year career, he won 6 times. So he only stopped 16 from
Yo,
getting a championship.
when
Thank
Reggie
you, thank you, Hitman.
Every other team had a chance.
when Reggie Miller was saying
Thank you,
MJ
Hitman.
stopped him from winning a ring,
Bulls up.
Yo,
MJ didn't
they
tell him,
really
hey
That's,
Reggie,
said.
that's
stop,
him being
let me
soft,
win.
though, man. That's
They
soft.
they
Bulls
went they
They
never
got
got
seen
they
Larry
got
MJ
him
Bird.
champion in the finals.
Larry Bird called that man God, man. Come on, man. If they ain't mentally weak, I
That's
don't know
another.
what
That's
is,
man. I
man. They
can't.
call that man God,
We
man.
talk, man.
You would
So
never call. I'll never call no man
But y'all
God,
sit here,
man.
y'all sit here and call LeBron God. Get the fuck out of here.
I
No,
don't.
no,
Nobody
No,
does
nobody.
y'all
that.
don't.
No,
Nobody
that
does
nobody
that.
does
You
that.
got
Only
That's fine.
LeBron trolls. Only
Trolling
LeBron
y'all.
trolls does
Trolling
that.
at
Only
Jordan
LeBron
night.
trolls does that.
listen,
Hold on. I haven't even heard Myron Jones say that. If he ain't said it, then I don't believe it. Like
listen, but
Shit,
Asante
I heard
Ellis
one
said
Asante L
that.
person
said.
say that in my whole life.
That's
I
the
heard one.
only person I know that said that. Santiel, man. Don't do that.
Exactly.
listen,
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Exactly. That's the only person.
Iron,
Don't do that.
Iron though. But you said Damian Lillard. You said that Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers are soft for losing to LeBron James. But what about the Utah Jazz? Are they soft for losing to Jordan?
Bro. Why you
Are they
putting words
soft?
in my mouth? When did I ever call Dame
He didn't
soft?
say that.
I
He
said
didn't say
Dame
that.
said
No,
Paul
you
George.
said they have a soft mentality for giving up against LeBron James because
Yeah, he
That
did
was
say that.
you said
that
they
was
gave
not
up.
that was
Yes,
not
you
me.
said that.
That was
No,
That was
you
not
said
me
Showtime
that.
that
said that.
touched
You
on
really
that
said
topic.
that. You really
That
said that.
Iron
All
Bite. I
I-
think that was you. I
Hey,
think that
hey,
was
You
hey,
you.
said that.
let me tell you
I think that
the
was
points that I brought up.
Showtime.
The points that I brought up was Dwight Howard and Paul George. I never said nothing about
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
My bad.
Showtime said that.
You're right.
All right, hold on. We're gonna go back to Showtime because I didn't want him to feel like he got cut off. What did you have to say to some of what these guys had to say, Showtime?
Hello? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You got a lot of background noise though. That's better.
What? Hey, man, this my issue. This my issue, though, bro. The person said he explained to it better. He explained it to it better than me. It's the mentality and how they do play. They don't play hard like that. I watched the Portland Trailblazers approach in that series, bro. After game 2, the dudes just flat out quit. Y'all know I'm not lying, bro. They just straight up gave up. They just said, "Well, Lakers better than this, so we got him in the playoffs. We'll live with it."
That's
And
what every 8 does.
but if you pay attention, look, bro. I see. I'm trying. Hey, let me talk, bro. I let y'all talk. I ain't cut y'all off, bro. Again, bro. You watch the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets, they went in there. They said, "Hey, we ain't just gonna roll over." Am I lying? They made it very entertaining. That got something to do with heart and mentality, bro.
Hey, I agree with you. Showtime, because I remember Paul Pierce saying, this era they act like they scared of LeBron. He even said that shit. We could see it, my nigga. Like DeMar DeRozan. Every time he goes up against LeBron, this dude folds.
And didn't Paul Pierce spit at LeBron? And LeBron didn't do nothing.
Bro. All I'm saying is this, though, bro. I remember I grew up watching basketball. I grew up watching basketball in the early 2000s. There were a whole lot of guys. You at least had two guys on every team that brought you that heart, that grit, and the guy just wasn't scared of nobody. Like a Roger Bell. Roger Bell clearly was not nowhere on Kobe level. He had to guard Kobe. The man clothesline Kobe, bro. To send a message. I'm not scared of you. I'm not gonna back down. What I'm saying is, bro, you barely have that in today. Along with that, and the rule change, it does make the game a little softer, bro. I mean, you gotta admit that, bro. But I'm not mad. I'm not sitting here saying that the league is in a bad place. I just feel like there's not a lot of dogs out there. That's all I'm saying.
I got this question though. So are the Bulls soft for getting swept by the Celtics? first
Say
round?
what?
I said so. So the Bulls as the 8 seed, are they soft for getting swept by the Celtics in the first round?
Yo,
You see how
hey,
you're moving you
I'm
changing the
not
question, bro.
moving the needle. You
listen, hey,
just
You're
let me
said
not
answer
you're
that.
not
Losing to a team does not mean you're a soft,
you're
bro. What kind,
not
like what?
But he said that about
you're
the
making this.
Trailblazers.
No, he's
See, this is
saying
my
if you
thing
watch
about
the
you,
game
and
and you see the
He
player's
put it in
body language.
context. Showtime done put it in context though. You can't just say that. You just
Yeah,
can't just
what
say
the
that
hell
like,
does that mean?
yeah, you gotta put that in context though. Like,
Yeah, what the fuck is you talking about? You gotta
yeah,
explain
bro,
what the
you
fuck
making
that
this.
means.
See, this is my thing. Y'all making this about Jordan and
What we-
LeBron. I'm speaking on the topic. I'm trying to stick on topic, bro. And y'all,
right.
you asking me
You gotta
about the Celtics in the Bulls, bro, which is totally
Right.
relevant to what Lamont's bringing to the table. You gotta
Yeah,
pay
but you
attention,
talk
bro,
about
to
the
the
Portland
game.
Trailblazers.
They're not.
gotta elaborate.
But
Why you think?
but here's
Hold up. Let me finish. Let me finish, and y'all can have it, bro. I'm finna sit here and chill. I'm gonna listen to y'all. Let me finish what I'm saying. Why you think they be bragging about Jimmy Butler, Russell Westbrook, Relentless, Patrick Beverly, Hart? Why you think they brag about that? Because you barely see that in today's game. Back then, you had Kevin Garnett. He was fearless. You had Paul Pierce. He was fearless, bro. You had a whole lot of guys. I don't have to keep
But you,
naming names. You go look it up for yourself,
but
bro. Because I grew up in that era and I know what I'm talking about.
Showtime. Can I
You
ask you a
gotta
question?
have that now. You
KG
got a
was
lot of guys.
never
Hold
better
up,
than
hold up,
the White
bro.
Power.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. You got too many guys out here that think they are the stars. They think they can. Oh, I get my numbers, and that's gonna get the win. No, it's not. It's not about getting numbers, bro. It's really not. That's why Draymond is Draymond, right? That's why the Warriors were the Warriors. Because Draymond brought what? The heart. He was the heart of the team.
But
You rarely have that now. You can't even think it. The Trailblazers never had that in this whole era of Brandon Roy. They never had that. I don't. You don't even remember the last time they had a guy like that since early 2000s when they had Rasheed Wallace. That's all I'm saying, bro. If y'all don't understand what I'm saying, and I just put it in context, then I don't know what to tell you. But y'all can go on finna
You
talking though. I'm
talking
gonna sit
about
back
a
and cut listen.
narrative behind the
Showtime, can I
player?
ask you a question?
That's not a
I'm
narrative,
gonna
bro.
hang out. Y'all stay up, man. Salute to y'all.
That's not a narrative, bro. That's
But
not a narrative.
you're
Not,
naming all these,
I
you're
mean,
naming all
how
these guys
else
that have.
would you know about that? How else would you know about that?
What you mean? What you talking about?
How else would you know that is what that type of player is? Like, how else would you know it? That what's the narrative behind the player?
One
How do
word,
you
bro.
know? How do
Effort.
you know? How would you know
Effort.
that it wasn't Iggy
Bro.
or
Effort, bro.
effort?
Effort.
So
Effort,
so
Clay
bro.
don't get no effort, huh? Clay don't get no
so
effort, huh?
so Showtime. How do you tell the difference between a team just being better or a team just not giving effort?
Bro. What you mean? A team that's being better, a team not getting help?
Okay,
Give me an example.
so my example would be this. I thought the matchup with the Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers this year, the Lakers they were going to win that series because they were the better team, not because Portland could play with all the heart in the world. It wouldn't have mattered. They could play with the toughest mentality. They were just outmanned and outskilled. How do you tell the
But
difference
you know,
between losing because of mental weakness and heart, or how do you know the difference between a team just getting beat because they're just not as talented?
bro, I don't even have to go that deep. All you got to do is look at what the Lakers did against the Lakers and what the Trailblazers did. It was complete different, bro. They gave effort. They didn't quit. They came in and mentality, hey, we're not just going to roll over, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. If y'all don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to break this
Where
shit
did you
down.
see that in the game? Where?
I saw, don't you realize at game 3, I saw guys that sitting up with a mentality as if, we don't care. We're just gonna try. We're gonna shoot some shots. If we miss, it's over. You look in
What
the
made
eyes
you?
and tell,
What
bro.
made you see that? What allowed?
Game
What made
3,
that?
I just told you. Game
Where?
3.
When? Like when?
The Nuggets could have quit it.
What
The
play?
Nuggets could have completely quit it
What body
after
language? Like
game.
what was the action? Say you see it in the
Bro,
game. What? What was it? What was it? What was it?
lazy. They was playing lazy, bro. They was just
Based on what?
jogging up the court. They was lazy. They didn't give any effort.
Who?
You clearly saw that. All the whole starting five. Melo, Damon,
Everybody.
none of them. They
Everybody.
didn't give him the effort.
Nah, I don't think they quit. I don't think they quit. They just got outplayed. That's what I
They did
honestly
quit.
think. And it's the difference between getting
quit,
outplayed and quitting. I would never
Everybody
accuse the
knows they
NBA
quit
team
game
of
4.
quitting. I would never.
Bro, they quit it game
No.
4.
No, because here's
Bro,
what we do.
Hold up. Do y'all know how disrespectful it is to call somebody that's a professional athlete saying dudes quit on the court, dog?
Right.
Like, that
Come on,
shit
man.
is so disrespectful, dog. Like, you can't
Well,
say
let
a
it be
grown ass man
disrespectful.
quit on somebody, bro.
Hey, y'all wanna know how this leaks off? Like players play like shit, right? The fans get on Twitter and make fun of them, and then the players get depression by reading the tweets. That's fucking
Exactly.
mentally
That's
soft.
another thing.
Hey,
That's another thing.
Hey,
What?
that shit.
Bro, who got
I wish Michael
Yeah,
Jordan would get
put a nice
depressed
shit
on
on
reading a
social
tweet.
media. So yeah.
That's a whole
who
lot.
got depression reading the tweet? Who did that?
Paul George.
Hey, hold on real quick.
Instagram.
Dudes do
That's
that.
not
Hey,
Paul George. He
Niggas
got
hey,
can't
depression,
take
bro.
it.
Hey, hold on one second. Hey, Showtime.
Niggas
Hold on.
can't
Hey, Showtime. You got a lot of background noise. It's kind of messing up the audio.
Oh, my bad.
Can you go on mute real quick? There we go. Or somebody has it. Yeah, that's Showtime. All right. Hold on.
That's all I was saying.
Showtime,
Man.
put your mic very fast.
Yeah, that's Showtime. Yeah, you got to mute yourself. Antisocial, what do you got on this whole thing with they calling today's players soft or whatever for whatever reason?
To me, dog, like, for real, that's the most ultimate disrespect you can do to a man, dog.
Facts.
You calling this league, you calling, so, like, I was watching First Take 2 days ago while I was doing my prep in the kitchen, dog. And I heard Stephen A. Smith said the difference between this era and the 90s was like, this era is soft. And I'm like, dude, if I'm a player in this era, I'm calling you on the phone. Like, who the fuck you calling soft? Like, bro, we can only play to the rules that the NBA done provided for us, dog. Y'all want us to be out here clotheslining people and doing what they was doing in the 90s. The shit not sexy on TV, so the NBA got rid of this shit.
Right.
Facts.
You heard me? Like, you,
Yeah.
I keep trying to say this to people, dog. You can't equate street shit to the NBA. The shit don't mix, bro.
Exactly.
Y'all
man.
keep
That
trying to
shit
put y'all
weird.
street code and all that gangster shit into the NBA. The shit don't mix. You can't
That
be a
shit
gangster
weird.
going out there hooping,
Because
dog.
So
yeah, that
hard
shit
fouls
Nigga
is
foul
street
you a
shit.
certain type of way. Oh, you want to fight
it
now?
is. Hold on,
The
hold
shit
on.
don't mix like that, bro.
So hard fouls is street shit now.
First, but let's
Man,
keep
you
it
seeing
all the way.
hard.
Hold on.
You been seeing hard fouls all through the playoffs.
Hold on.
What is your hold up? Hold up, because let me say it like this. What is your definition of a hard foul? Because I'm from New Orleans, dog. We playing park ball, right? If I'm gliding in the air going to the paint, if a nigga drag me out of the air or clothesline me, you really think he going home that night?
The game
Yo,
over with. The game
hey,
over with. Ain't no
anti-
You
more
think he
clowning.
going home that night, nigga? The game is over
The game
with.
over with. I don't know where you
Hold
from,
on.
Ben.
Then you gonna be a typical nigga in jail for murder. So cut that shit out.
But
Hold on,
that's
hold
what
on.
I'm saying,
Okay,
bro.
well,
Cut that shit out.
hold
Cut
on.
that shit
Antisocial.
out.
Cut that
shit out.
Hold on.
So what are you saying?
You ain't killing nobody over no hard foul. Cut it
Hold on,
out.
talking about in
Let's-
general.
hold
We
on,
talking
Nigga,
about
I
in
done
general.
seen niggas die for less in New Orleans. Fuck you talking about?
We talking
Hold
about
on.
in general, man.
But
We
hold
talking
on,
about
that's
in
Y'all
general.
some niggas. That's why.
Hey, hold on one second, y'all.
But
Here's
come
one
on,
thing.
man.
Here's one thing that I think a lot of people get misconstrued about the game of basketball. It's just a certain regardless of where you play, whether it's a playground, YMCA, it's just certain things you don't do on the court. And some of the
Exactly.
things that we saw the Pistons doing on the court to the Bulls won't be tolerated anywhere. Like that was not basketball. That's why they had to fix that immediately. And again, you got to think like Jordan was right to go to the NBA about that because they was allowing to get it. It was getting out of hand, and it was starting. We couldn't even see the greatness of Jordan because they couldn't stop him with their skills. They just said, "We're gonna beat you up and fight you." That's not basketball. That's just you basically.
That's soft.
That's what normally for me when I normally, and I'll admit this myself. I normally started hard fouling people in a game, like when I played college ball, when they was fucking us up. So I'm really doing it out of spite because y'all better. That's why. So I was mentally weak in those situations.
Mike, when you say hard foul, though, what you mean hard foul?
Hold on. I'll do something like push
You
somebody
make a play on the ball.
Like
if you make a play on the ball, then that's all right to me.
I'm saying you making a play on the ball, that's fine. That happens in today's NBA. You got physical hard fouls in today's NBA. But what I'm saying is like dirty plays, like getting up under somebody when they go for a layup, taking their legs out from under.
See, you got me fucked up with that one.
Hold on, but what I'm saying is that only happens when you get in your feelings and it doesn't become basketball anymore. Because if you up busting somebody ass by 20, you ain't hard fouling shit. You gonna keep, but that's just not how the game works. I think like I don't know where this hard fouling does not make the game soft or not. That's not what makes basketball soft. That's not even basketball. So again, man, I think people get a lot of stuff misconstrued about what is basketball and what's not.
Hey, that's why I'm not even touching on that physicality standpoint. But look though, nowadays like the rules, you can't even fucking trash talk. You can't taunt without getting a technical.
That's the rules, though.
That's the rules.
That's the problem with the players complaining to the refs. Oh, he hurt my feelings.
And then like I was saying, man, players getting depression off of tweets. Like, come on, man.
Hold on. Depression ain't no joke, though.
Hold on. People deal with for years. Athletes at that caliber been dealing with that stuff for years. You can't just sit prepare and just say that, man.
Depression ain't no joke.
Nah, that's excuses.
Hold on.
Iron.
Let me ask you this, Iron.
What?
If they had social media in the 90s, would you think they would have experienced the same thing?
Nah, I don't think so.
That's not even an excuse.
But Iron, you don't know because it didn't exist.
Hey, listen,
it was a different time in the 90s.
Listen. Somebody go in the game, stick up the joint, play like shit, right? And then the fans are pissed at you and they leave fucking hate messages on your Instagram. And then you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm in a dark place.
Okay.
All these
messages.
Hold on. You know Dennis Rodman. You know Dennis Rodman was about to kill himself.
That was different. He was dealing with his personal life.
No, it's not
dealing with something in his personal life.
Man.
But his wife, what the fuck?
No, Iron, I want you to explain what happened with Nick Anderson then. Why did Nick Anderson have a mental breakdown over missing free throws?
Bro, that was in game. But I'm not no fans like the fans didn't get on his Twitter.
You don't know what people are dealing with, man. Whatever they're dealing with, it can lead on the court also. You know what people deal with.
So hold on.
That's why I'm with it, Lamont. A lot of these niggas that y'all claim that's soft in the NBA, dog, y'all don't really know how these niggas built. These niggas probably fuck y'all up in real life, dog.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't fuck me up.
You talking about physicality, bro.
They wouldn't fuck me up. Tell you that.
That's right, boy. You swear you just gangster ass nigga when it come to hands, nigga. Why your shit ain't certified? Why you ain't in no boxing arena, nigga? Why you ain't really boxing, nigga? Why you ain't went pro yet, bitch?
Why I ain't went pro yet?
Well, why you ain't went pro? You claim your hands are just so tough. Why your shit ain't pro yet, nigga?
I said that kickbox, kid.
Why your shit ain't pro yet, nigga?
What that mean? I gotta go pro to be able to fight?
Yeah, go to the MMA or some shit, nigga, since you so cold.
Nah.
Nigga.
You go to the MMA.
Talking about you fight,
go to the MMA, kid. You swear you can beat up everybody.
You just a cold nigga.
That man said fight John Jones.
Oh no, John Jones will win. Shit, I know that.
Oh, so you one of them niggas? Oh, you talking about mentality soft, nigga? Can't no nigga touch me in my eye. I don't give a fuck if you John Jones.
All right. So you can conquer so you can beat Conor McGregor in a fight. You can beat Conor McGregor. Come on, man.
My mentality, you can't fuck with me.
You can beat Conor McGregor.
But nigga, Conor McGregor come this way, he get these hands, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga? I ain't backing down from nobody. Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, nigga, any nigga come in my vicinity, nigga talking about fighting, we can get in there.
You gonna be missing some teeth, man.
Okay, but I bet you they won't be like, I whooped his ass. I'm gonna get mine.
Oh man! Hey, hold on, y'all. Hey, before we continue, as I stated before, I got the bowl of entries, right? So I got we had 332 entries for the PS5 giveaway. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this drawing live. And if you are in the chat now, make sure you hit us up at our email. So I'm gonna mix the bowl up. Y'all can go ahead and chop it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and mix the bowl up. I'm about to do this drawing here in a second and announce who the winner is.
All I'm saying is, bro, y'all got to stop calling these niggas soft, bro. You never know. I'm pretty sure a lot of these dudes probably take classes like you, best fighter. A lot of these dudes probably take classes and shit, bro. They probably got certified hands.
All right, so look how like the Morris twins be acting. You think they'll buck up on Charles Oakley? Come on,
yes,
man. Yes. And they get their ass.
Yes, I don't think them niggas scared of nothing. Yes.
Hey,
hold on. What makes you think Charles Oakley can fight
like that?
Yeah,
I'm not saying tough.
Hey, look.
I ain't saying not tough, but what? Come on, that man never had a fight in his life.
This LeBron James 23 is a faggot.
Hey, Oakley was.
I don't know why this faggot keep talking shit.
Hey, somebody tell me when to pull a name.
Got another man.
Pull it, nigga. Pull it.
with that word, bro.
But hey, Lamont, you said, why do I think Charles? No, Xavier McDaniels beat Charles Oakley up. So I think
That's
Charles
what I'm
Oakley was a bully
saying.
for real. I think he was a
Hold
bully.
on. We got a winner. And I might be pulling two names. I'm
No,
waiting to
not
get a
like
text
that.
message. Hold on. We got a winner. If you in the chat, man, Curtis Oden is the winner of the PS5 pre-order giveaway.
Oh man.
Curtis Oden, Curtis Oden.
Hey,
You're the
Let your
winner
fries
of
on.
the
Hey, Curtis, where you
PS5
stay at, nigga?
giveaway.
Crazy.
Go get-
Amazon flyers.
You gonna go get that?
Nah, I already got my shit pre-ordered, bro. I ain't even finna play like that.
Oh, there
Oh,
he is.
he commented. Hey,
There
he was waiting
is.
for that. Wait, that man was waiting to pop on. Yeah, let's go.
Curtis Oden wins, man. Hey, appreciate
That
the
man said,
support.
AUE.
Hey, y'all stick around because again, as soon as I hear back from somebody affiliated with the show, we might get the thumbs up on another drawing. So stick around because we might pull another name for another PS5
Somebody
pre-order,
with some
man. But keep chopping it up though, man. I like the conversation. I don't like the narrative of saying I like what Antisocial said when he first came in. When you call another man soft to his face, you might as well be prepared to fight because
Exactly.
that's not the you don't want to. So that's why I say I'm gonna defer, and I'm just gonna assume that when everybody says this, they got to be talking about the rules. Because if you play, has anybody in here played with NBA players
No.
in pickup?
No.
Because I guarantee you, the first thing that you notice when you play with them guys is that they strong as fuck. One, and they physical as fuck. Like you can't do the normal shit that you do at the YMCA on these niggas. So it ain't sweet. So that's why I say I would compel or encourage anybody who has not played against NBA caliber players, go find an NBA run and go jump in that run and then come back and tell me your experience. And then we can talk about if they're soft or not.
And also you gotta I feel like the fans are part of the problem too. Cause I remember I don't know how some fans say they want physicality in the league, but then when Montrezl Harrell calls Luka a bitch ass white boy, y'all calling him a racist.
Yeah,
when Marcus Morris roughing up Luka,
Shit, we need more of that.
Now Marcus Morris tried to injure Luka.
Shit, we need more of that. Actually,
it's a lose-lose situation, man. Regardless,
that's what I'm saying.
The white
we need more of that.
Too.
Hold on, but hold on. If that was the 90s,
Yo, what's the
if that was the
NFL
90s and he says that's not a topic of discussion because of the media, not because of the players. In this era and the climate that we live in now, anything if you can call somebody, you have to say the R word now because you can't even say the word retarded. That's the climate that we live in. So the climate is so sensitive. These are things that the players can't control. Like why do we blame players for things that they can't control? That's what's starting to happen.
I'm saying I'm not calling another grown ass man soft. Oh, like you, I'm good, son.
Kobe
like I said, Stephen A. Smith. If I'm one of them NBA players, Stephen A. Smith, you got to see me, bro. Who you calling soft,
bitch?
Man,
He
KD check.
Who you calling soft, dog?
KD check them. Man, he been them people getting. Why you know the Skip Bayless don't even be going nowhere near sporting events, man? Cause he can't that man would get smacked up, man. Like
Skip gangster. He be checking them, and when they come on his show, he still do be checking them.
Man, he got security. He got like third security.
He be keeping the same energy.
Yeah, he keep the same energy. I can't say he a punk. He keep
that man got third security.
On TV, he keep on TV. He keep the same energy.
70 years old. Like
I bet you he wouldn't call Terrell Owens that shit to his
face. He
face.
gonna granddad. Like, chill.
Man, why that man don't be no locker rooms no more? Why he don't be in locker rooms no more? Come on, man.
He getting paid, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He don't need
that man get Stephen A. Smith get paid too.
Get paid by MJ. Talking that shit.
Hey, you gotta give Skip credit though, because he don't punk out when they
in the league that we think soft, bro. They probably got some of the hardest hands that you probably niggas probably fuck you up in real life.
I know Jalen Rose.
The toughest dudes are the quiet ones like Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi take karate lessons, nigga. I'm not fucking with that nigga, dog.
Word, man. That man
big ass hand nigga up here breaking boards and shit. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Word, man.
I remember we did get a fight though. CP3 and Rondo.
Yeah,
that wasn't no fight.
His ass.
That wasn't no fight.
CP3 came with a nice uppercut.
Yo, Rondo don't get
shit. Rondo caught him with a two-piece. Brandon Ingram said,
I want all y'all to answer this. Why did we call Dwight Howard soft? Because he chose to not retaliate and walk away from Kobe when Kobe was kind of instigate stuff with him. Why is that soft?
Trying to instigate? No, Dwight never quit on Kobe. That's why. Dwight quit on Kobe. He's gay ass.
I'm just saying to walk
Kobe
away
was
from
just mad.
a
Kobe
situation.
was just mad that Dwight was hurt.
Hey, hold up. Hey, hold
Couldn't
up.
do
Hey,
what he did
you worth millions of
when he
dollars,
wasn't
dog.
hurt.
What else you gonna do? You ain't finna fight a nigga right there on the court, dog.
I mean, some people, if you about it, you would.
No, you won't.
Nah,
Yeah,
it
you
is.
would,
Hey, it
man.
is.
Bro, you not
Really?
finna jeopardize your money
I
from the
seen
fight.
I seen Carmelo.
Wow, like,
Hey, I seen J.R. Smith and Nate Robinson go at it.
Hey,
So what y'all talking
No,
about on
but
the court?
it's different though. It's different though because Dwight Howard's the best player on his team. Why would he risk? Why would he
And
risk
you talking
him
about
not in the
Kobe,
game?
somebody that was top
He's the best
5.
player on his team.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you.
Right.
Hey, I saw a nigga here get cut from the team because he pushed Devin Booker.
Hold on, what?
I mean, Devin Booker talks a lot of shit.
Hold
He
on,
needs to get
no.
pushed.
Well, what I'm saying is, Booker initiated the trash talk and got in his face and pushed him. He pushed Devin Booker back and got cut.
Because Devin
bro.
Booker is more
You
valuable.
can't hold on. These some of these top guys like Kobe were untouchable. So no, they can talk all the trash in their world. If you do something to them, it's your job that's gonna be on the line, not theirs. You got more to lose. So we can say play that tough role, but at the end of the day, when I look at that paycheck, am I going to retaliate and fight back, or am
There
I
you
just going to
go.
keep collecting
Well,
these
same
checks?
thing you saying. Like you said, if we call NBA players off, if they put their hands on you, guess what? Sue their ass for
No,
millions.
well, I don't consider walking away and not fighting all the time. That's not soft because it's a time for it and it's the time to walk away.
Look, if someone call you a bitch, a pussy, a hoe, come on, man.
I mean,
Shit,
but
those are fighting words.
Hold on.
Fight
Hold
on
on.
the court.
Best fighter. If somebody's standing there, if me and you are standing in front of the police station and you get to calling me all types of bitches and hoes, I'm not about to fight your ass in front of the police
That's different.
station.
That's in front of the
No,
car.
what I'm saying, hold on. All I'm saying is there's a time and place for everything.
Exactly.
You can't just act the ass anytime you want.
no,
just
but
because.
Also, you got to think about it from this perspective. Like, if you're the best player in your team, which Dwight was at the time, why would you want to risk going out?
People better know James Harden.
No, but he made it to the finals. He led his team to the finals. Why would he want to? Why would he want to be out? Why would he not want to be out there for his team just because he wanted to fight?
No. We talk that was he wasn't on Orlando. He was on the Rockets then when Kobe called him
but
soft.
best fighter kind of right though. If you about it, you gonna be about it. Like Serge Ibaka, he don't give a shit. He be throwing punches all the time. He be choking niggas.
Boy, when that nigga threw that punch, that shit didn't even connect, boy. Fuck out of here.
But at least he throw
Fuck out
punches.
of here, nigga. That shit didn't even connect. That nigga know he not to hit that dude,
you
bro.
seen when he was choking that little dude out?
Bro, look, all I'm gonna say is this, dog. If you really want to fight me, nigga, you know what my locker room is. We ain't got to do it on the court. I'm pretty sure these niggas know how to get in each other's locker rooms, dog. So if you really about that, after the game, come to my locker room, nigga.
Hey, but nobody, ain't nobody gonna test James Johnson though. Shit, Serge Ibaka didn't want to test James Johnson when it came to that.
Oh, hold on, but James Johnson is a quiet guy. He's not one of them guys out there trying to fight everybody and play the tough man. Role.
Right.
That's what we mean.
Hey, hold up, hey Lamont, y'all remember the situation that happened with Carmelo and Kevin Garnett, right?
Yeah.
What Carmelo did? Carmelo waited, dog. Like, nigga, I'm gonna come to your bus. Where you at?
But Kevin Garnett had police around him, so you know.
Exactly. Them niggas not gonna fight, dog.
Carmelo would.
Yeah, I'm saying though, but bro, the NBA don't want that, bro. Them niggas not fighting, man.
Too many fake tough guys like Jimmy Butler.
They're using Kevin.
Hold on.
Now see, there you go again, talking about fake tough guys.
He is a fake tough guy.
How do you know?
How do you know that man fake, dog?
I got proof.
What's your proof?
Go back a few years ago when Nate put his ass in the headlock and Jimmy Butler didn't do shit about it. Come on, man.
Hey, he's way bigger than him.
Jimmy Butler swear he ain't scared of nobody. He
man said, I don't give a fuck how big you is, nigga. You put me in a choke like bitch, we banging.
Man, that man, hold up, man. Jimmy Butler got put out of his house by his mom at like 11 years old, man. That mean you can't call that man like that soft, man.
I don't think that dude's soft,
like
bro.
That. You can't. You look at Jimmy Butler's story. You can't
somebody and call him soft.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing too, though. You gotta look at these dudes' upbringing. You can't call these people soft, man. But some of these dudes literally like came from nothing. And made
but most
we
of
all
them,
do.
But most of them came from wealth, though. Most of them were pampered.
Exactly.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
That's not true.
That's not true, man.
Hold up, nigga. Just because you pampered don't mean you ain't got hands, nigga.
When you pampered, you soft, nigga. You baby soft.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Right, not true.
Hey, tell Floyd Mayweather that there, nigga.
Hey,
tell Floyd that.
Hey, so when you grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth, you're not soft.
Hey, Floyd grew up in the boxing royalty history, nigga. Tell Floyd that.
Floyd can box, but if he step in the octagon with Conor would destroy his ass.
We talking about like something like Iron. He said, cause he talking all this saying about people being soft. You
Man,
can't
y'all,
call it like
man,
you
I'm
don't
not
know. You
calling
don't know
another
he
I mean,
grown
playing.
ass man
some
soft, dog.
rich kids are soft though, for real.
Hey, Iron Bite,
Yeah,
unless you, hey,
not
Iron Bite,
all rich
unless
kids
you
like
ready to
that,
fight a
bro.
nigga behind that, dog, don't call no nigga soft, bro.
Come on, man. Like you say, y'all really say these people was y'all can try to do y'all want, man.
Yeah, try. That's what
Hey,
I'm saying.
y'all try to
Oh,
do y'all want.
See,
y'all playing soft.
That's
I
all
walk
it
up
is.
on them
Y'all
niggas,
try to do
dog.
y'all want.
Hey, y'all think all these NBA players are tough because they 6'8"
I didn't
and
say
all that
that.
shit?
I ain't say that.
Everybody said
But
they
y'all
was
niggas
tough.
think they
It's
soft because they
it's
play
like
a certain way on the NBA court, nigga. All right.
But
Yeah,
hold
all
on.
right.
But best fighter.
man,
Couldn't people say that you try to act like a tough guy because you a kickboxer?
Hey, but I do that shit when people talk reckless to me, so I got to defend myself.
No,
And
but
I
ain't no.
got anger issues too, so that's why I be going off sometimes.
But best fighter. That don't mean that you can't get
fuck
your ass
the
whooped
90s.
by a
Shit,
regular
hey,
motherfucker.
not the average Joe ain't gonna whoop me. I tell
Hold
you
on, but
that.
no, hold on. I'm being for real though. But like, if you mess around and the average white boy and got a lucky punch off and knocked you out, then to put it on social media, now we got a video of best fighter on the ground and a
That's not gonna
150
happen though. You
pound
know
white
why?
dude and knocked
Because
him
I'm gonna
out.
be ready. I'm gonna be
Like,
squared up. That's
Best
not gonna
fighter
happen.
knocked the fuck up.
Hold on,
That
Suge
ain't gonna
Knight.
happen.
Suge Knight got knocked out, y'all. He was the biggest tough guy. He got knocked
He ain't no
out.
tough guy. He a
Man,
bitch.
Suge Knight wasn't no tough guy, nigga. Hey,
yeah.
Lamar, it's easy to act tough when you got 100 niggas with you, dog.
Hey, Shug,
That's what I'm
Shug was
saying.
a bully. He
Oh,
wasn't a
big
tough guy.
bowling
He
ball
was a
Yeah,
head
he was a
bully.
ass.
bully. He wasn't no tough guy, dog. It's easy to be gangster when you got 100,
Hey,
200 niggas with you, dog.
When you
Shit,
got
he
100
the reason
gangbangers
I'm
Tupac
the
with you,
dead
type of
right
nigga, when
now.
I come to your hood, I'm the same nigga through and through, whether it's 60 or 70 of you. I still fight all you niggas. You gonna have to
Man,
kill me.
listen. Word, you don't know
You
these.
gonna have to kill
Word,
me.
y'all know. Listen, y'all know where these dudes' backgrounds from, man. These dudes come from the worst environments around the country, around the
And
world, man.
they sell their soul for millions of dollars.
Man, that's a whole nother.
What you
That's
mean
a
they
whole nother
sell they
thing.
soul? What are you
That's a
talking
whole.
about,
You
best
switch a whole
fighter?
Hey, yo,
subject,
best
man.
fighter. I can't lie. This one's kind of jealous
You
of
saying
you.
a
Y'all, see,
whole
y'all
nother
niggas be
subject.
willies, huh?
You
that's
changed a whole
jealousy.
nother subject, man.
Yeah,
You
you
Jealous
changed a
jealous
whole
of
you're
another
nother.
man,
jealous.
that ain't never been me.
So
Yeah,
best
you
fighter. So
jealous.
is
So
that why
hold
you?
up, best fighter.
That's
Let me
not
ask
why
you
you in the
something.
MMA because you didn't sell
Let me
your
ask him something right quickly.
soul.
Hey, best fighter.
What do you think Conor McGregor tattoo is on his chest? What we think
Man,
that
listen,
mean?
man, we ain't
Guys,
getting all
bro.
that. We ain't
Hey,
getting
hold
all
up,
that,
best fighter.
man.
Best fighter. You think LeBron James soft in real life?
Uh,
You don't think that man ain't got no hands?
if he wanted to, he could fuck someone up. But
Man,
you know
that
what I'm
man from
saying.
Cleveland. That man from the dirt. That man from the dirt from
But like I'm saying,
Cleveland, man.
why he
He
don't be
from the
doing shit when
bottom,
people
man.
be punking him? Why he ain't do nothing to
Hold
Draymond?
on,
Niggas
he's
say
Because
fuck
he's
him.
an NBA superstar.
Hold
His
on,
hold
best
up.
image.
fighter, best
Nah,
fighter.
that's cap.
That's his
He
place
punk.
of
He punk.
employment. Hold on, that's
Hold
his
up.
place
He
of
punk Austin
employment.
Rivers. Hold up.
Like that
Hold
on
up.
that
He
court.
punk.
Lamar, I done seen Kobe fight. I done seen Michael Jordan fight. Why LeBron ain't fight?
Kobe fought.
Kobe
When
got
did Kobe
two
fight?
piece. Kobe
Jay
Man,
got
Chris
Crowder
two
Allen
hit that
ran
piece.
boy
away
a
when
couple
Kobe
of
he punched
I'm
times.
Kobe.
not,
Chris
I
Allen
gotta say, I
ran.
seen
I
Kobe
didn't want to
get
bring
two
that up,
piece.
man.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
I
So
seen Chris
best
Allen
fighter, hold
run.
on, best fighter.
I ain't want to bring that up, man.
Wasn't Kobe Silver Spoon?
Yeah.
So why we
He was
saying he
but
tough?
he guess what though? He trained in Jeet Kune Do. Shit, he knew mixed martial
Oh
arts.
shit.
What
Man,
the
you moving the
fuck?
needle, bro.
Hey,
Moving the
best
needle.
fighter. Hey, best fighter. Hey, best fighter.
Moving the
Y'all
needle.
notice how Jay Crowder
You
been
moved it.
punking LeBron, right?
Yeah.
But when Austin Rivers threw that ball, he was ready to fuck him up, right? Y'all seen
Hold
that
up,
video?
hold up. First of all, you said Jay Crowder been punking him by what hard fouls?
By
He
getting in
been
his
getting
face
in
and
his
telling him to
face,
do
Jay
talking
something.
Crowder,
shit, and
Boy, you ain't
Jay
seen Jay
Crowder
Crowder
hit him
get in
like he
LeBron
went
face
to
soft.
nine
town, and
times.
then when he
LeBron
turned
got in
around and
his
told him,
face.
"Calm your ass down," he calmed his ass down.
No, he didn't. LeBron got in his face.
Man, LeBron,
Man,
I don't believe
hold
that
up.
man ain't
LeBron
scared
be
of
running people.
nobody, dog.
Hold up.
LeBron ain't
Hold
LeBron
worried
up.
is
about
mentally
him. LeBron's
soft,
trying
but
to get his
physically
fourth ring. He ain't
he probably
worried.
can fuck someone up.
Hey
Like,
man,
look,
look,
LeBron
so,
James.
niggas
LeBron
talking
Listen,
about
got
Anthony
LeBron.
diamond and
Davis
bruise
soft.
mark
That nigga
all
fuck
along
around and
his
kick your ass in one of
forehead,
them tree trunks. I
and
bet you
be
leave him
wet
alone.
in the head
Hold
too.
up.
Anthony
LeBron
Davis
James
a
be
bitch
running
too.
people over, man. LeBron be running people over, and nobody be doing nothing about it, man. That man
You
will
mean
be.
committing
The
offensive fouls?
nigga
Hey,
got
and they don't be doing
permanent
nothing. And
bruise
they don't be
marks
doing
on
nothing
his
about
face
it.
all along his
I bet you Carlos.
forehead.
Hey, guess what though? I bet you David West would do something.
He
This
doing
David
don't
West
do
man,
nothing,
hands are
man.
certified. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody try and do something, man. You can't stop the train.
Paul George hands is certified. What do you mean?
Man, Paul George
Paul
tried to,
George.
Paul George tried to pick a fight with
His
Hassan
hands is
Whiteside. He got
certified, bro.
scared. Cut it out, man.
Okay. All right.
Sure, man. You don't
And
know
if
what
we're
these
gonna talk about
dudes
fake
from.
tough guys, we need to talk about Russell Westbrook's fake tough guy having ass. He a fake
Man,
tough
that
guy
man-
too.
Oh, hold
Now
on, hold on.
you see,
Everybody a
you
fake
talking about
tough guy.
fake tough guys. Russell Westbrook probably
That's
fucked you
fake
up in
guy.
real life.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
What,
but that's
his
what
little
I'm
anger?
talking about, dog.
So
You
why
talking about
he ain't do
niggas.
nothing? Why he ain't do nothing to that Utah Jazz fan that called him a nigger? Why he ain't do nothing?
Hey, I'm supposed to be the fan of nigga. Only thing you gonna do is sue me.
Oh, here it is. Hold on. Best fighter. I think you're getting confused. I know you might be ready to fight anybody, anytime, any place, and lose it all. But
Exactly.
hold on. But
Look,
these
man.
NBA
That
players
shit got money,
that's
boy.
right. That's right. These NBA players, they got more than just an NBA check on the line. They got endorsements with other companies. If they do something in front of the cameras, it's gonna be all
Man, they
over
got
TV.
kids, man. They got kids, man. This is
Bro,
Bro,
life
they
yeah,
got
deals,
millions
man.
of
hold on.
dollars. They
Through the
set for
king.
life.
And that too. Hold on. Just because you have $1 million don't mean you set for life. And don't count other people's money. I don't care how much money you got. If you at work, don't act your ass out. Don't do that dumb
Word, man. Y'all expect these dudes to do
No,
all
no,
that.
I
But
expect
don't
if
do that in
someone,
your regular job, man.
No,
Look,
I don't
man.
care. Hold on. But put it like
Let's
this.
talk about
If
professionalism.
Hey,
man.
niggas
look at
is
this.
bees.
Look at this, best fighter. If you get to fighting on the court, we get to cheering. Oh, let's say somebody punches. Let's say tonight somebody punches Caruso, or he does something to Caruso. They get to fighting on the court. They tumble into the fans that's sitting on the side, and they break a little kid leg.
But you man, that's not gonna happen. You know, you talking about what ifs. That shit ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna break no little kids.
Hold on. But that's right. It just takes one time for it to go wrong and something like that to happen, and then now everybody's screwed. So yes,
Lamar, you're using hypotheticals. You know that's not gonna happen.
But okay, I'll tell you about a situation that actually did happen.
It's
The
always
basketball accidentally flew into the stands and hit an old lady in the face. It wasn't even a fight, and she sued for $5 million.
Was she white or black?
She's white.
All right, there you go.
Oh my
What
God.
that got to do with it?
I don't understand this
No,
guy.
look, we can talk about we can even talk about a situation that happened. We can talk about the mouse in the palace. So somebody threw something at Ron Artest, and Ron Artest punched the wrong person.
Hold on. All them people sued. Everybody who was on the court that got punched by an NBA player sued and got paid.
Well,
Whether they was right or wrong. Like that's the thing. The NBA and players, they don't win out of fighting. It's a lose-lose. It's gonna fuck up endorsements. It's gonna fuck up player availability. It's gonna be suspensions. They're gonna get lawsuits. It's a lose. Why risk that much over a stupid fight that they can control? Like, why do that?
why act tough on the court like you're gonna do something?
Don't matter. Who cares? And if you why get in your feelings about it? Because if you get in your feelings about that, that means you're the one that's mentally weak, not the other guy.
All right,
That's
so
fact.
we could
That's
all
fact.
agree that the NBA made this league soft. We could all agree
Yeah,
to
the
that,
malice of the
Yeah,
palace made the league soft.
no, the NBA changing the rules. They had to, y'all.
No,
They
they
had
didn't.
to because
Yes,
the
they
malice of
did,
the
man.
palace.
Hold on,
Hold
Lamont. Hold on, Lamont. Getting the fucking tech for trash talking and taunting somebody after you dunk on them. That's just not right. I don't agree with that.
Hold
What
on,
is
but,
it?
but what I'm
You
saying
have
is,
You have to do that.
Yeah, that's
you look. What I'm saying is, they have to go above and beyond to prevent this stuff from happening. Because if they don't, we have another malice in the palace. They're gonna have another 16 lawsuits. The NBA is gonna lose ratings. People are already looking at the NBA now with all these social issues going on, trying to find a reason to not watch. Now you're gonna give them more. They're gonna say these thugs on the court fighting. They already black people, so now we just portraying ourselves
Hey,
in a
Lamar,
whole nother light, looking crazy.
That's
Let
another.
me
That's
ask you a
another
question.
thing. That's a
Let me
good
ask you a
point.
question, Lamont.
That's a good point too,
Let me ask you a
Lamont.
question. I get what you're saying, but would it be wrong for, like, let's say, a rare occasion for a fight to happen? You wouldn't enjoy it?
I
No,
wouldn't.
Nah.
Man,
Why?
come
Why
on,
would you
man.
no.
enjoy it?
Hold on, best fighter. I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't enjoy it.
don't matter.
Look, because I
Hey,
don't
best
enjoy.
bullshit.
Hold on, I don't enjoy seeing black men lose paychecks. That's why.
Exactly.
Because that's the only thing that's gonna happen. It's gonna hurt kids. It's gonna hurt families. It's gonna hurt endorsement deals. It's
Or
gonna hurt.
somebody, like I said, somebody got legally blind off a one punch.
Only fight
In
I'm
the
gonna enjoy
NBA.
is LeBron getting knocked up.
That's some hating ass shit, man. That's some
I
hating
mean-
ass. That's some hating ass shit. Yeah, that's some hate. You a hater, man. You're officially a hater, man. Iron hater. Iron
on.
bite hater, man.
Hey, we got two new people in the chat. Celtics 85 and Hebrew.
Yeah,
Let's hear from y'all too, because we haven't heard from y'all yet, man.
I think it's hard with social media, man, because you got to look at just internet bullying. You know what I mean? Like there was 2 streamers on Twitch who committed suicide because after they were streaming, thousands of people were telling them, kill yourself. And if you're not mentally tough, you're going to take that advice. You know what I mean? So I have to give credit to these players when it comes to being mentally strong after a loss, after a playoff loss. You know what I mean? Just messing up in the game, or just haters being haters, you know? So, I mean, you got to give them credit on that. But game-wise, some of these calls that, some of these players get, it's soft. There's a lot. The refs are soft.
They use that shit for the point spread too. Don't. You gotta keep that shit in mind too. them texts and shit, getting niggas ejected for over some
But
fuck
the thing
shit
I
and
don't
shit,
understand,
Yeah, I
man.
mean,
They use all of
people
that
portray the
shit.
90s as like it was so much tougher, but I've watched some 90s game and there's not a lot of difference.
I don't know. I mean, 'cause you watch these playoffs, man. Like some of these calls they make, like a flagrant foul, like when you hit somebody in the head by
Yo,
accident,
the
but
win
it's
of
not
the
even that hard.
PS5 going crazy. What the fuck?
I don't know. I think the refs need to calm down on
Hey
calling
Curtis, I'll
flagrant.
kill your ass though. Say that shit in my face. I'll kill you, kid. You a pussy.
I don't know.
Yo,
That's my take, Lamont.
Hey,
yo, Carter, yo, that boy drawing.
hey, he won that PS5 and started getting active in the chat, man.
Yo, word, he didn't say nothing else before that,
He
yo. He
feeling
came in and
himself,
started
bro.
wilding, yo. He don't know how to act, yo. That's
Shit, ask his
crazy.
sister. Ask his sister's about this BBC, bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, hey, yo.
Oh man, man.
Yo, that man Curtis drawing, man.
He got that PS5, don't know how to act, man. Curtis, chill out, man. Chill out, man. Hold on. Hey, Hebrew, what you got on this? What's that, Hebrew?
I
Oh, yeah.
100% agree with Lamont because it's all about the NBA. It's all about image. If you think about it, if you watch a documentary, it was a 30 for 30. It documented the Celtics and the Lakers rivalry all through the 60s, 70s, 80s until now. And they were talking about it with the Bill Russell and what he had to go through and stuff like that. And how in the 70s it was starting to become more like a black league, and the ratings were going down, and the fan attendance in the arenas were going down, stuff like that. And even when you think about it with Michael Jordan, and when they start wearing suits and stuff like that to these games and stuff, and then you start having Allen Iverson with his so-called gangster look or whatever, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. The NBA, they didn't like the image, and what they do, they went right back to suits and going back to dressing like that. I think people forget the NBA is still a business. They still got an image to uphold. They can't go straight to thug and fighting every time somebody looks at me wrong. Like, you can't just straight go to that.
Hey, I want y'all to think about this. I think there's a reason why hockey can get away with fighting and it's looked at as fun and not that big a deal. But when black players do it on the basketball court, they get called thugs and they need to control themselves. It's a reason why that hockey can get away. But even baseball, they can have them all out brawls and it's looked at as, oh, it's okay. They're just fighting. But when black people do it, they get looked at completely different. So again, we can't lower our standards. We can't be like, oh, let's just fight anywhere. No,
That's what I'm saying. Man.
You see what I'm saying? It's not for us. We don't get them type of passes. So let's not even give them that avenue.
That's literally part of them games, though, too.
Yeah, they got hockey has built-in fight.
But let me ask you this: what about protecting your teammate? So let's say another team is punking one of your teammates, and are you supposed to stand there and not have his back? Because a lot of these teams do that. You know what I mean? And in the old school days, you would have to check somebody if they're checking your point guard, knocking him down.
They wasn't making enough money for that, though. They wasn't making enough money to
I know, I get that, but that's your teammate, though, right? Regardless of the era, you got to
that's
protect your
different, but I don't know. When it comes to like
that's a lot of money at stake, man.
No, I feel you on that.
They swapping teams every year anyway. So it's like,
I know that. Yeah, you're right about that.
I don't mess with you like that, low key.
Everybody making big trades every year, trying to swap their whole teams out for every. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, that's too much money to be fucking out.
So you guys don't agree on protecting your teammate if they're being punked?
I believe that.
It's only a certain level you could go.
Like, if you look at it this way, right? The league is just trying to protect the players too. Like, let's say when Morris stepped on Luka's ankle, he could have twisted and been injured and been out the whole playoff series.
That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool.
That was dirty. That was dirty.
Yeah, so the league is trying to, like, lower the dirty plays and all that. But what I don't understand is players can't fucking taunt after they dunk, like, say something
it's part of the game
fist,
now, man.
like, what the fuck, bro?
That goes with the ref, though. You know what I mean? The refs are
that's
making
that's the NBA. That's the NBA.
NBA and the refs. Well, the NBA and the refs, though. You know what I mean?
The refs got to enforce it. Listen. The refs gotta enforce it. If they don't enforce it, they'll lose their jobs. You know what I mean? Even the refs probably don't even like this stuff. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that this is the rules. It is. They gotta enforce it, and the NBA is the NBA at the end of the
I
day.
mean,
But some refs be
Niggas will
petty as
lose their
hell.
job.
I mean, of course, but still, though, the refs guys still do their jobs too. Because if they don't enforce these rules, whatever, then they'll lose
I
their
know,
jobs. You know what
I
I
know,
mean?
but you know, I feel like they need to be accountable sometimes too, though. You know, for the shitty jobs they do every fucking game. Excuse
Like
my
when that
language.
referee headbutted that boy, Sean Livingston. Come on,
Oh,
man.
that was some nonsense, bro. I couldn't believe that.
Because they
Wasn't it
get
in
a pass
Miami?
so much, man. And I'm not even talking about like, you know, free throws and you know being one sided. I'm just talking about like some of these calls are just like, did
Bitches
you
be
really
former bankers and shit out there trying to so-called rap the game.
just let the game play sometimes, man? You know, that's all I'm
I
saying.
feel you on that.
Hey, Bees, what you got on this?
I just think it just shows how great the NBA markets, right? They make the rules, they put the players in the situations, but we blame the players. We don't blame the league. They get 100% pass. They created everything. They let it get rough and physical, and when that didn't bring them money anymore, they changed the rules.
Yep.
It's all about dollars. It ain't
But
about
it's
LeBron,
hurting the rating
Kobe.
though. It's hurting the
Yeah,
rating
but
as well.
yeah, but it ain't about the players. It's about the money.
I
And
get
if
that.
you're LeBron or you're Kobe, you know what? When you go out there to try to keep it real, man, you risking a lot of endorsements if you hit somebody. You were so tied to the corporate world today that it just ain't worth it.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
again, but we will get mad and we will blame the players and we will get down on the players for what the man is doing. That just shows you how good their marketing skills are. How good they've marketed
That's what I'm saying,
the
man.
decades before us because we hold them up. We hold the previous players up and we desecrate the players today. Well, they ain't doing anything any different than the players before them. They just playing within the rules.
Yep. And Bees, I want to ask you about this too. What do you think about all of these GMs? Because, like you said, the NBA never gets to blame the players. Do what do you think about all of these? I think the players of this era now are making these GMs accountable for doing their job correctly. Because if they don't, they leave and go to other teams. So I think now is the first era where we're finally starting to see GMs really dig in, draft better, make better trades, and surround these superstar players with better talent.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I actually believe that is truly LeBron's legacy. Is he's been the first player that had enough clout to hold these teams responsible. And now they all are working. They all are going out. They're all finding diamonds now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, what y'all got on that?
I'm gonna leave so CJ could get in.
All right. Appreciate it, best fighter. We
No,
just joking with you.
I agree with him, man.
Yeah, but that dude can suck a dick.
It's all love, best fighter, man. Oh man, that was funny. CJ, hop in.
Where it's
let me answer this first thing you said.
Yeah.
So with changing the rules and how the game is different, there's a majority of people that don't watch the NBA anymore because of that. It's not because of social justice, and the ratings are low, like the lowest they've been in a long time. It has to do with the gameplay as well. You know what I mean? Like, so
I disagree.
it's not just the players; it's the NBA as a whole that people are like tired of it. You know? So I mean, it's 50-50 when it comes to the NBA getting the heat and the players as well.
I mean, you gotta think about this. You gotta think from like let me see. You got to think about this from this perspective. The reason why the ratings are so down, like so significantly, because look at the time we're in. Like the NBA is not supposed to be played in October. Like look all the stuff that's going on right now.
Oh,
I mean, there's a reason why the ratings are down, just because of that too.
it has to do a lot with social justice, though, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't want to see that.
That's
No,
not necessarily true.
No, it's
It
not.
is.
Man.
The majority of people don't want to watch it because
That's all. They don't have to. They listen. They don't like it, but they still watch it. That's
not true. I mean,
that's not what the ratings are saying, though.
No. Listen. When the NFL is going on and college football is going on, you expect the NBA ratings to stay the same?
All right, watch. It's not. I don't believe it's social justice. Look at it this way.
Man, mom not leave. Hold on.
I didn't say the whole thing was social justice. I said majority of people don't want to watch it because of majority.
Hold on. Let me answer that, right? Because I got some information here. So we say that it's social justice, but if we look at all sports, because we only talking about the NBA ratings dropping. NBA, the hockey's ratings have dropped 61%. U.S. Open golf has dropped 35%. U.S. Open tennis, we just saw that happen with Serena and all those great tennis players. That's dropped 45%. Everything, all major sports since the pandemic are dropping. So I think the one thing that the one factor that's playing a major impact into this is the pandemic, is the major thing that's affecting it, and it's throwing the timing of all of these events off. Like we're used to seeing NBA basketball end in June. Around this time, we're looking at draft stuff. We're looking at the NBA draft, and we're usually headed into football. I just think the timing of all of this, we're trying to compact all of these sports into one time frame. I think that's hurting all of the sports. I think it's hurting everything. NASCAR's ratings down, football ratings down.
And I understand that, Lamont, but most of these sports are also interacting with the social justice as well. There are people in this country that don't want to see it. I'm just telling you what I know.
So, but they're still gonna watch. They're still gonna watch it. Though.
Not all the people.
Maybe it's because of the pandemic, people cut down their cables and stuff. That could be that.
That too.
But streaming's up. But streaming's up everywhere. You know what I mean?
It's a combination of everything. Though, I'm not saying.
No, I didn't say it was all social justice. I said it's a majority of people. That's all I said.
I think that's a lazy way. I think that's a lazy way of trying to blame the social issues for this. I don't think that's I don't like that. I think that's a lazy argument. It is not really backed by facts. That's what I think. That's just my opinion.
But you can look at the people that are complaining about it. There's a lot of people in the world. I'm just going by what I'm reading. It's not my opinion. Like I said, freedom of speech. Everyone should be able to express their feelings on what's going on in the world. Use your platform. I'm just saying there are people in this country that want to go home and just focus on entertainment.
Man, I don't listen.
So, hold on, but Celtics 85, the biggest drop in NBA ratings is from the age group of 15 to 24. This is younger people, the younger crowd.
Man, you have gaming, that's why.
So what I'm saying is, like what you said, if the biggest drop is happening between the younger crowd, I only see these old heads crying about the social issues. Young people don't really care, or they're invested in it. So what's really true?
What's true is this, Lamont. Amazon Prime, all these streaming services are changing TV, and the old metrics doesn't work anymore. We just haven't realized it yet. Cable TV and all these sports shows, they're dying. They're dying.
Yeah, been for a while now. Too.
But don't legal streaming count for ratings?
I don't know what the metrics is. I don't know what the metrics is. So when they go and look at TV, they're looking at how many people turned on TV.
I don't know if they count streams. Do they count streams?
See, I don't know how to stream because I live stream. I use Hulu to watch live TV. See, I don't know.
Streaming.
I don't know how that counts.
Streaming is weird. Streaming is one of the, till this day, when it comes to music, television, whatever case may be.
It's just the younger. Thing. It's just the younger generation, like you were saying that. The younger age group, they doing illegal streaming. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's not measurable. Like streaming is hard to measure. We don't
Like I
really know.
watch, like I watch my games illegally. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I watch a lot of my games legally. So I mean,
Yo,
it's
why
just
you
because
incriminating yourself?
They're gonna have to come find me first.
I mean, TV's been going down for a long time anyway, since Netflix
Especially if
came
I'm
out.
not
You know
in
what
the
I mean?
Everything on
region
the
and it's
internet
from
is
a
the
team
new
all the way
wave.
on the East Coast.
Hey,
Like
hold
I
on,
can't watch
Harold,
that.
we got MLE in here. Let's hear from MLE real quick.
You know, like we said yesterday, is a combination of all that. And who that Celtics 85, he
Yeah.
right to a certain extent about what he's saying. Some people don't want to watch it because of the social injustice shit that they trying to have a voice and speak up. It's some people that don't tune in because of that, but it's not majority. So it's a combination of everything that's going on with these other sports
You
going
correct. You
on, like
correct.
UFC, football, the presidential debate. It's election year. Like, we ain't had no finals in October. This shit is abnormal right now.
Oh, no
Facts.
doubt. Look at that. I shouldn't have said
CJ,
majority. That's my bad. There's a
CJ,
small
what you got?
percentage.
What you got on this, CJ? I haven't heard from you.
What up, CJ?
William was good, man. I don't really think it's the political shit because I remember the Clippers game this year, the Lakers and Clippers. That shit got over 3 million views. So I don't really think it's that. I just think it's basketball. Don't it's you know what I'm saying? We don't play basketball, October. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got soccer, you have tennis, you have football.
You got
Yeah, you
cut
got
off.
all that shit going on right now.
Yeah, so
I wanted to ask a
basketball
question
ain't really a thing right now.
about. I was wanting to respond to something dudes was saying about the league being soft, and when Damian Lillard said
Oh
he
yeah, I got
bruised his
something to say about
chops
that too. I got something to
running
say
from
about
the
that too.
grind and shit.
Right.
So do we consider a player demanding a trade soft?
Mm.
Because Charles Barkley is one of the people who say this era is soft and all that by going team to team. But people forget how many times he demanded a trade and got coaches fired chasing the ring.
Right.
And it never worked.
By that same
So it seemed
standard.
like he a little jealous that these other players is doing it and it's working for them, and
Oh
it
yeah,
didn't
it's
work for
jealous.
him.
It's jealousy, bro. I'm telling you, it's jealousy, bro. Look,
Mm.
and you gotta think
That
about it
boy.
too. They jealous of how.
Yo,
You
y'all
know what
hear
I'm
me?
saying? Yeah, we can hear you.
Y'all
Yeah,
hear me?
hold on. Yeah, hold on 1 second. What is it, Jamarion?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Oh, we gonna get you in.
Oh yeah, I think it's also jealousy. You feel me? I think it's jealousy and the money the players making today. They look at. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you right now. Charles Barkley is somewhere jealous of Draymond Green $100 million contract because he think he because he think he better than Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? In his heart of heart, he don't think he deserve that money. You know what I'm saying? So
Look,
it's about that too. It's about the money that these guys making in today's game, and it's not their fault. The old era
can
needs to
y'all hear me?
understand.
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead, chime in.
The,
What you got?
The ratings are low because people have to go back to school because most of the viewers are younger.
what?
That's a good point.
Bro,
Hold
Hold
on.
That's a
That's
good point.
hold on. Keep
That's
on.
a
Keep
good
on with
point.
that. That's actually hey, because look, it's homeschooling. A lot. I know a lot of little kids who start their homeschooling program around like 3, 4, 5, 6 in the evening, and parents might have to help them with that. They might not be able to be as tuned in or locked in on the game like they want to. That's not a bad point. That
Yeah,
takes
cook,
another
cook,
market of viewers away though.
But what
right.
about
Cook your food.
what about this though? What about the pandemic and people actually staying home and not be able to go out? What do you think they like?
That's
Wouldn't they be able to watch TV and actually be able to watch the sports or entertainment that's on
Hey, y'all want to
as
know the
well?
truth? Y'all want to know the truth? The truth is nobody want to watch that summer league looking fucking finals, bro. Nobody want to see a fucking 280-pound LeBron running over bumps, getting the easy ring, bro. That's the truth.
Bro, why wouldn't you want to see the greatest player?
hold on, hold
Why
up
would you
though.
want to see the
If it was
greatest player?
Hey,
competitive,
Lamont, how about you got more and more families that are unemployed and they got other things going on right now, so people can't just sit down and watch
yeah, that's
sports like they
true.
used
It's a
to.
lot of things, man. It's a lot of
It's
variables,
just a
man.
lot of things.
Losing their
I get it.
homes, losing their jobs.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who cancel
Hey,
their Netflix and
look.
Sling
Hey,
and,
like
and
y'all
Hulu
seen how LeBron
subscriptions.
was running over Tyler Hero, man. We all know that. We all know the fucking what's gonna happen. We all know the Lakers gonna win. It's like,
Hey,
Man,
you know,
that
you
man
That's
see
because he
Tyler
that.
got
Hero
too
was
big, too
flop.
strong, too fast.
That man Tyler Hero was flop, man. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, he
Yo,
flopped on
yo,
that
yo.
one.
Before,
Flop,
hey,
bro.
before I saw the replay, dog, I was like, what the fuck? He ran the. I thought he trucked the shit
he
out of him.
Bro, he's too strong, bro.
But what happened on the next play when LeBron did that to was it someone
I
else?
mean,
Jimmy Butler did that.
shit to Caruso.
Yeah.
They called that ASAP.
Yep.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Caruso
Yeah,
down
they
3
did.
times. He pushed Caruso down and almost took AD out. No call. Don't come
Hey,
on with that
hold
crap,
on.
man.
Superstars in the league always get superstar calls. So that's been happening ever since basketball ever
No,
started.
I get that. I'm just saying.
So I'm not tripping on that. That
Wait, hold
happened.
up.
That's
When
It
Jay
doesn't
Crowder
matter.
put LeBron in an armbar, acting like he was Kelly Olynyk, and Kevin Love did it to him in 2015.
I mean, that was like 30 seconds after, though. Like, as soon as, like, when LeBron pushed Tyler Hero, like, literally 30 seconds, Jimmy did the same thing, and they called it. That's the only problem I have with, you know what I mean? Like, if you wait a quarter, then, call it, You can't call it right afterwards, because then it insults my intelligence, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest. Did Tyler Hero flop?
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did. Hey, but listen though. Hey,
That's
my
part of the
problem.
game.
Hey, my problem with that. Hold on. My problem with that is that the ref was on the side. He did not really see what happened.
Hold on. Let him finish, Iron Bite. Let him finish.
Because he flopped. The difference with Caruso is Caruso is trying to get position. Caruso was trying
He
to
flopped
get
too, though.
control.
He flopped too, though.
I don't think Caruso flopped.
They both flopped.
No,
They both
I
flopped,
believe
man. They both
Caruso
flopped.
And I ain't saying that one way or another. Hero, it was an obvious flop. There's no way LeBron can lift his arm and he fly 8 feet.
Bees. I want to ask the chat a question. So before y'all saw the replay, right? Let's say the initial play. What did y'all think? Did y'all think it was a charge or a flop before y'all saw the replay?
I thought that nigga pushed that nigga. I thought that nigga pushed that nigga out of the way, bro. And
I thought it was a big boy play. Honestly, I thought it was a big boy.
And I seen the replay. It was a flop, bro.
Yeah, the replay. When I seen the replay, was a flop. But the initial move.
Hold on. No. The question is, do we see the ref's angle? Because the ref probably saw the flop.
Did not see the angle. No,
how do you know?
The ref was way behind. I saw the play.
He had a different angle, so we don't know what he saw. That's the thing.
No. Listen, the ref was on the other side. He was on Tyler Hero's side, so he possibly couldn't have, seen LeBron's arm push him off. So he couldn't make that call if it was an offensive or a charge. I mean, offensive.
I feel it was a strong bucket, man. Like, listen, get the fuck, like, get out of my way, man. Like,
hold on. But ain't them the calls that y'all want? Y'all say the lead. Y'all don't want them to call that. Hold on. Y'all can't have it both ways.
No, but Lamar,
y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all just said the league was soft.
Lamar, they need to be consistent though.
Yeah, hold on, no. Y'all can't complain about power plays like that when you can't because you don't like LeBron. That's why you want to complain about that.
Lamont, I never been for LeBron trucking and stiff arming people. I never been.
No, hold on, but that's according to y'all, that's physical basketball of the 90s.
My problem is this. I don't mind that, but then 30 seconds later, don't call that on Jimmy then. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, LeBron a superstar, man. He the face of the league.
Jimmy, superstar.
Jimmy Butler's not doing anything this whole finals. He only scores like 10 points.
He hasn't done anything in the Celtics series either.
Celtics. Do you? I don't know what like.
Jimmy Butler, the Heat won one game because they had an off night.
Hold on, go ahead, Jamarian. Go ahead.
They won one game because they had an off night.
Nah, they won because
the Lakers can get all the fouls. They can get fouled out and they still win. It's no comp. It's no comp.
Hey, listen. You heard it right. There's no comp. Hey,
it's like the seniors versus the freshmen.
Hey, Lamar, Lamar. Exactly. That's why the Lakers are down.
Here he goes.
Because nobody want to watch LeBron beat on the JV team. You get me? That's why.
Here he goes.
Hold on. You calling another NBA team? You're calling another NBA team JV?
Hey, that's what he said. I'm just answering to what he said. He said it's the JV versus varsity.
I'll agree with you on this.
Hold on. But didn't every 90s team feel like that when they played?
The whole team is filled with like 22-year-olds and 19-year-olds.
Facts, Cook.
Yeah, Cook.
The only problem I have with Jimmy is that he doesn't bring that energy like he did with that 40-point triple-double game.
Hold on. What energy? Like he caught fire. That happens.
Hey,
hold on.
No.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I dropped 43 in a high school game. Then nobody take me seriously as a real major D1 scout. That happens sometimes.
but watch
took me
watch
serious.
the
I
series
was
of the
not.
Celtics. Watch the series
I
of
was
the
still a
Celtics.
1-star recruit, y'all. I was still a 2-star recruit.
Look, everybody
Y'all,
already know the finals is over.
Yeah, we get
y'all,
that. We know the
Lamont,
Lakers.
y'all,
Who's
We know the
Finals
Lakers.
MVP?
y'all,
We know
Lamont,
that.
Look,
Jamarian said he beating on 19-year-old.
Who's Finals MVP tonight?
And LeBron
it's LeBron. He has more points and more rebounds.
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
Wait,
And when he
yeah,
got when he
and
got
he got more
both
assists.
trophies tonight, Lamont, I told you yesterday. What I tell you? It's over tonight. The discussion, Michael Jordan, Kareem, all them dudes, it's over for him.
What?
It's a wrap.
Hey,
It's over.
man.
check this
And
out.
next year, the Nets is winning it. KD, Kyrie,
How old
KD
are
ain't
you,
a
man?
leader.
How
That's
old
the
are you?
problem. KD's not a leader.
KD, Kyrie. I mean, KD and Kyrie.
I think he's younger than CJ. To be honest.
Oh man.
Yeah, this
Hold
dude-
on. How old are you, Jamarian? Because you got some good takes, though.
It don't matter.
Hey, hold on, Jamarian, we ain't cracking on you or nothing. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know, to be honest.
Oh man,
He got quiet.
he didn't even see a prime
Hey, let
Carmelo.
Jamarian cook, man. Forget about
Hey,
it.
you ain't
Cook.
old
Keep
enough to
cooking,
be
bro.
on this podcast.
Hey, Jamarian, keep cooking, bro. We listening.
Hey, but hold on. This is what I told y'all about the young crowd, man. They like what they see. They didn't watch Jordan and them play. They don't care about that old 90s stuff. They don't care nothing about that, man.
Why do you expect them to, man?
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
What happened in the 90s? Except for Jordan beating everybody.
Fact.
I don't know why people watch that. They already know Jordan was going to three-peat.
What happened?
Right. Cook.
I mean,
Hey, did you hear the comment from some of the Bulls that said that they don't think they could have done the 2 3-peats if Jordan hadn't have walked away?
Yeah, Dennis Rodman said that.
Look,
Finals
put
fatigue,
Jordan
man.
in LeBron's place right now, like
You can
from
make what if about anything.
2003, and he's not winning no championships. Might one or two. One or two.
Yeah, he wouldn't have come
There's
back
no.
from down 3-1. You couldn't put any player in that situation. They wouldn't have come back down 3-1.
I don't know about that.
A
You can't say
73
that.
and
You
9
can't say
team,
that.
a 73 team.
You can't
Hey,
say that.
let
You
Jamarian
can't
cook.
say
Hey,
that.
let Jamarian cook. Keep cooking, Jamarian. We listening.
Hey, check this out, Lamont.
He put him on the
Michael Jordan would not. If Michael Jordan was put on the Cavs, they would not even win they wouldn't even make it to the finals that year in 2016.
Facts, man. I keep telling people.
Hey, Lamont, check this out.
And the man had to put that nigga on the
To
screen.
me, the greatest player of all time is Kareem. Okay, Kareem, the greatest player of all time. I believe he don't get to do just because his name is Kareem. That's not
No,
what
he
I
not.
think.
How?
No, he not. No,
That
he
man
not.
I
not
was
the best.
Kareem the
Kareem,
best.
Opinion, bro.
man,
Just let
Kareem
me
not
Kareem's
the
finna
best.
lose anyways. He's finna lose his
Hey,
number one spot to LeBron in like 4 years.
Hey,
Oh no!
He
Don't
finna
do
lose
that.
it
Don't
in
do
4
that.
hours.
He finna lose his number one spot to
Lamar, he finna
LeBron.
lose it in 4
Oh
hours.
my god!
Hey,
It's only about
here's
4
my
hours till he
opinion,
holds up
though.
that trophy.
Hey, let me tell y'all something, right? Y'all Jordan fans need to understand something. Don't nobody got Jordan as the GOAT, bro. Everybody got their own opinion, so don't get mad at these young dudes saying LeBron the GOAT.
Man,
Just
you
accept
young
it and
too,
keep it
CJ.
pushing.
You that same
It's I don't got
Wait,
LeBron my favorite player, but I don't got him
look,
as my GOAT. You feel me? All I'm
Hold on.
saying is
Let me
just
debunk. Hey, let me
look.
debunk all this Kareem talk, my nigga. Hey,
all I'm saying is
Hold
this.
up.
They just crazy.
Who's
These
better than
They
young
just
LeBron?
crazy
Who's better
somebody.
than LeBron?
Nobody. I
Who's
can't
better
name
than
nobody.
LeBron?
Bill
I can't name
Russell.
nobody.
Bill Russell better than
Who's
LeBron.
better than LeBron? Who's
Bill
better than
Russell better than
LeBron?
I'm gonna tell you,
LeBron.
even legends come
Bill
out and say
Russell only
LeBron to
scored 10
go.
points in the finals.
Legends come
He
out and say
scored 10
LeBron
points
to
in the
go.
finals. LeBron scored 51.
Legends came
Bill
out and
Russell
said
scored
LeBron to
10
go.
points in the
Hold
finals.
up.
He
Hold
cooking.
up.
He on fire.
Hold up.
And
That's
LeBron got
so
swept in the
LeBron.
finals too.
Hold up. So LeBron ain't scored 8 points in the finals game.
He scored
Hey,
51
that's
in
a good
game
game for
one
Bill
against
So
the.
Russell.
hold
That's a
on.
And
good
So
game
we
for
gonna
Bill
he scored
Russell.
51 against the
That's
73
a
team.
historic.
But they
Hey,
lost,
Larry
man.
Bird,
But they
Shooter
lost.
King,
they
lost.
lost.
Because of
They
JR.
lost.
Because of
hey,
JR.
Shooter King, you a Celtics fan, right?
Yeah.
Larry Bird once scored 8 points in a game in the final.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Man. Hey,
Do your history.
I don't got him over Bill Russell, do
And
I?
Cedric Maxwell won the
I
Oh,
don't got
finals.
Bill
Larry
Russell
Bird over
lost to Bob
LeBron, do I?
Cousy.
Oh, now I'm talking about
Bob
Larry
Cousy
Bird.
scored 53 points to
Larry
beat
Bird once
out
scored
Bill
8 points
Russell
in the
in game
finals game.
7.
Hey,
Game 7.
In the finals
hey,
game.
let me get my point out.
Oh, he cooking. He knows his history. He cooking.
Let,
True the king. Oh
let
shit.
me get my point out. I said Kareem is my
Look it up.
GOAT.
The Atlanta Hawks beat him.
This is the one thing I will
Jamari, are you cooking? You on fire, bro?
They was in a 5v2, and they let the Atlanta Hawks team beat them. So how is he the GOAT?
Oh shit!
So I hold up, hold
And he
up.
had the easy
What?
pass. Bill
Hold
Russell had the
up.
easy pass. There was
Yo,
only
yo,
10
yo,
teams in the
Jamarian.
league.
Hold up.
Hey, Jamarian. Bill Russell played bus drivers and farmers, bro.
Who did Jordan play? Hold up.
If you guys realize that less teams means the competition wasn't as watered down,
That's false. That's false because all the best players were on the Lakers and the Celtics,
bro.
and except for
That's
Bob
not
Pettit
even
and Will
true.
Chamberlain.
That's not
That's
true.
not even true.
That
You
is
had
That's not
true.
even
Oscar
true.
Except for
Robertson.
Bob.
You be
You had a lot of
lying.
players.
Hold up.
400 players
Hold up.
right now.
Hold up.
Only 400.
Imagine beating on the same team in the finals.
NBA.
That's not
Imagine
true.
picking on the fucking Lakers who didn't even have a center like that.
It's
The
not
fucking
true though.
Elgin Baylor was averaging 18 rebounds in the finals, and he was
Hold
fucking
up.
6'5".
That's not true. That's
That is
not even
fucking true.
true.
Nigga, go check the
That's
stats.
Hey,
not
Iron
true.
Bite.
You
Iron
said the
Bite.
Lakers the whole time. That's not true.
Iron Bite.
They was beating on the Hawks, the Lakers, and the who else? The Sixers, the Warriors. That was it. Bill
Hold up.
Chamberlain teams.
Was beating on,
The
bruh.
Sixers is the best team of all time.
The talent.
Now you all right.
Who
Now you
the
got to sit
fuck?
Michael
down.
Jordan said the 1976 Sixers was the best team of all time.
Man, that
No,
man trolling.
1983, bro.
I'm gonna
83 was
expose.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
expose Bill Russell. Bill Russell had how many Hall of Famers on his team? This
You
bum.
can't.
Yo,
You can't
it-
name them, and you
yo,
can't
You
name
know
them.
Yes, I
MJ
can.
said
You
he
can't
couldn't
name
guard
them.
Marbury.
Name
Yes, I
them. Name
can.
them.
He played with Sam
Name them.
Jones. He played with Sam Jones, John Havlicek, and fucking Tom
You
Hines,
name three. You name three. I say name them all.
Hey,
Bob
that wasn't the
Cousy.
same
How
Name
time.
many
them
do you want me
all.
to name?
You name them
All of them
all.
are Hall of Famers. Guess what?
Name
In
them all.
1957,
You
in the
can't name
19
them all and be
hold on,
quiet.
in the
You can't name them
1957
all.
finals, in the 1957 finals, this bum Bill Russell scored 13 points on 35%
You can't
shooting.
see.
Exactly.
Fucking
He was in the
Hey,
game for
Hold on.
48
hold on.
minutes, and that's your
Hey,
goal.
y'all gotta
LeBron
realize
would have
that
scored
hold
51.
on, listen to
LeBron
this.
would have scored 51.
Y'all gotta realize the year that Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points a game and 25 rebounds a game,
Man, play like
Bill
50
Russell won
minutes a
MVP
game.
over him.
That's
Yeah, he
crazy.
won because back then they gave the
Yeah.
MVP to the best team, and this fool had 4
That's
Hall of
not
Famers on his
true.
team.
That's
Look,
not
Get the
true.
fuck out of here. Yes,
That's
it
not
is.
true.
When
Not
Will
true.
Chamberlain.
Remember
So
Chamberlain?
why
Will
ain't hear
Chamberlain is the
nobody
best.
arguing like that
Will
against Golden
Chamberlain.
State?
Hey,
Hey,
whether y'all got
KD played with
whether
the
y'all got
Warriors,
Kobe
but I
all
ain't hear
time.
y'all saying none of this
I got
when
an A.
KD was playing with the Warriors.
Exactly.
Where's
Hey,
Kobe?
hey,
can't-
Kobe ain't on my
I say
list.
KD the best player in the world.
Kobe
But he
cannot
playing
be
with all
over
these
Tim Duncan
Hey, I
now.
don't even know
Hall of
why.
Famers and
Hey,
shit.
I
I
don't
ain't
even know
hear none
why
of
they
that.
named I don't even know why they named that Bill Russell Finals MVP. This bum was getting carried in the finals.
Don't do
Listen,
that. Don't
listen.
don't do that.
The
Don't
only
do
time
Hey, don't do
that.
that, man. Don't do that, bro.
nigga,
Hey,
I'm
Lamar, where
taking
you
the
find
best.
these people
Hold
at,
on.
Lamar?
Let me expose them.
Lamar, where you find these
Let me
people at,
expose
bro?
Bill Russell.
You
Hold
can't
on.
expose Bill
Oh,
Russell.
man.
Hold
How
on.
can you expose
Hey,
Let him
Jordan?
cook.
First,
Hey,
Let him
listen
cook.
to the
Let him
listen to
cook.
these stats. Listen to these stats. 1957 finals. Bill Russell, 13 points on 35% shooting. That's a center.
say the whole story. Say the whole stat line. Don't do.
1958
I'm not
finals.
gonna let you. Hold on. I'm gonna keep
Listen.
telling you. Don't do that.
He
Don't do
ducking
that.
it. 1958
No, you
finals.
name the whole stat line. Name the whole stat. You're not gonna
Bro,
sit
he
here
was
and
getting
nitpick the whole
25
thing.
rebounds because he was catching his own bricks. Nigga,
He was
fuck out of
bricking.
here,
He was
scrub.
bricking from the. He was bricking from the.
Hey,
Yo,
so you
back
try
then
to
they didn't
tell
even know
me.
how to play basketball. That's why they shot
Hey,
so
yo,
horribly.
what
Of
is
course you
Bill
gonna grab
Russell known
rebounds.
for?
I'm cooking that nigga. I
What
He's
is
exposed
not
Bill
Russell.
cooking
Russell known
nothing.
He was
for?
What
bricking
is
from the paint, getting his own rebound
Hey,
like
hey, hey, hey,
Gordon Hayward.
Bill
Like
Russell
far as
era was
skill
so
set,
watered
what
down.
is Bill Russell known for?
Yo, his era so watered down. But Wes Unseld won fucking MVP, averaging 13 points. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Look,
So it's all about
if Magic
scoring?
Johnson career didn't end early, he would have had at least 2 more championships. He could at least win against Michael Jordan.
No,
That's a good point. I ain't gonna hold you.
no, no, I don't think so because the Lakers was done at that point. James Worthy was done.
They flamed out.
And
The team was done.
who's better than LeBron all time?
Yo,
Who's better
can't
than
name nobody.
LeBron?
Ain't giving it up.
listen.
Lamar, can
Listen,
you
Bill
name
Russell was
somebody?
named after the Finals MVP.
Jamari ain't giving up.
In 1959, in the 1959 Finals, this bum averaged 9 points on 31% shooting. 6 players on his team averaged more than. He's a
Everybody
fucking fraud.
Tyson.
Get this nigga out the league.
Tyson. So the only way to impact,
Bro, why are you mad?
This man
Bro
be
didn't even make
lying.
the freshman team.
Hey yo, this man ain't be
Yeah.
lying.
So the only way to impact the basketball team is scoring, bro.
This man just be so
Hey,
clear
hey,
lying.
you know his other, you know his other impact that I give him for. I give him credit for his rebounds when he was catching his own fucking misses. He was under the fucking rim, missing everything.
So hold on. So
Wrecking from
what
the paint.
center? Hold on. Which center don't do that though?
That's not true though.
Look,
That's
Which center don't be doing? Which center don't be? Which
Every
center
center
don't
was,
do
but you
that?
also got to give Bill.
every center was averaging fucking 15 plus rebounds in the fucking 60s. Elgin Baylor was 6'5".
But who's gonna beat them in the finals
Elgin
though?
Baylor was 6'5".
Who's gonna
and
beat
he was
them in the
averaging
finals?
18 rebounds.
He was the
against
best in
Bill
that
Russell.
era. Who's gonna beat them in the
Yo.
finals though?
Who was gonna
Nobody
beat who?
could beat them.
Who, Bill Russell?
Nobody could beat them.
Because he had 5 Hall
He
of
went.
Famers on his team, fool. He was
Why
getting
you say
paid.
that to KD?
Exactly.
Why you say that
Why
to
y'all
KD?
ain't say that about the Warriors?
So Tyson, answer this question though. Why was Charles Barkley such a great rebounder and he was 5 and he played in the 90s?
Charles Barkley?
You said
Don't bring
why was
him
Charles
up. He's
Barkley?
booty
I said,
cheeks.
why
Guess
would
what?
You
Don't bring
saying
him up.
people not?
Guess what?
You saying people not
Charles
expected
was
to beat that
special.
Boston
Just
team,
like Rodman was
but
special.
Exactly.
There's those rare
LeBron
players that
expected
can
to beat the
actually
Warriors?
rebound.
You see what happened? You see what he said now? So Elgin Baylor's not special? So Elgin Baylor's not Hall
Elgin
of Fame?
Baylor is 6'5", fool. 6'5", averaging 18 rebounds. When has that ever been done?
Charles Barkley was 6'4", leading the league in rebounding. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Know your facts. How you gonna come in here with facts and that it may not even be facts?
What position does Charles Barkley play? He played near the rim, right? Right?
Nobody cares about
what are you
Charles
talking
Barkley.
about?
He didn't get a ring. He didn't get a ring. He's out of the
Tucker playing
conversation.
near the ring.
No,
PJ Tucker
so why
playing near
is
the rim. He ain't
so why is
getting
Dennis
18
Rodman
rebounds.
6'7" and he's the
Exactly.
best rebounder of all
What are you
time?
talking about?
He's only
I
6'7".
just told you because Dennis Rodman is about that. He is like that. He's special.
No,
But-
Dennis
but-
Rodman was the
like
only
that.
one scoring 10 points in the final.
So
Dennis
Elgin Baylor's
Rodman,
not like that. Elgin Baylor's
bro,
not like
Dennis
that.
Bill
Rodman
Russell.
was not even that good.
Hey, Bill Russell was named.
Yeah,
Bill
you're
Russell.
crazy.
Hey, y'all
You're
want to know the
crazy.
stats when Bill Russell went up against Wilt in the finals?
You're crazy.
11 points shooting 38%. While Wilt put 30 on
That's
51%.
not the full
He's a
picture.
scrub.
That's not true. That's not
That's
even
true.
not
true.
full
Nigga,
picture.
go
That's
do your
not
fucking
even true.
Googles. Fuck you
That's
talking
not
about.
even
Do your
true.
research, boy.
That's not even true. That's
That's
not
not
even
full
true.
picture.
You naming one game. You naming one.
Look,
That's
I
not
said when he
true.
went up against Wilt in the finals.
Look.
That's not true.
Truth be
Numbers.
That's not
told,
the full picture.
truth be told, the Miami Heat should be pulling the Lakers to game 7. Like, look at they roster. The second best person is KCP. I mean, the third best person on the Lakers is KCP. The
Yeah,
third
but
best
that's
person
not
on
true.
they're missing Dragic, man, and that guy's been cooking the whole playoffs basically.
Yo, and
and
then
the
Bill Russell.
third person.
Hey, listen. And then
And
Bill
Bam.
Russell, who had 4 Hall of
Hey, we
Famers on his
talking about the
team,
finals.
lost to Bob Pettit. Bob Pettit by himself gave this nigga the work. Easy work.
Bro, what
Bob Pettit was an
you just
all-time
started,
great
yo, you
player.
just literally just Google
Bob Pettit,
like
all-time
Hall
great
of
player.
Great. You literally just Google great players from the
Later,
50s and
guys.
60s and start this rambling,
Hey,
yo.
hey, y'all. Hey, the game about to come on, man. I'm about to shut the chat down so we can all catch this game. Hopefully, I actually want to see Miami win. To be honest, I want to see more basketball. So
But I don't think so.
yeah, I don't know.
It's over with, man. I'm ready. Listen, man.
But they're not a team to give up though. They don't give up, so I don't expect them to give up today.
I just want a close game, man. Close game. I'll be happy with that.
You don't gotta give up and get your ass whooped though, man. It's over with, man.
Yeah, it's over, bro.
They got the Mamba jerseys out, man. It's over.
Yeah, it's
with,
over.
Man.
It's over.
Pack them up, man. They
So
got,
let's
they
get-
don't got,
over.
and they
The GOAT
don't even got to
discussion
get on the plane. They don't even got to get on the plane. They can get on that bus ride. Miami, you know what I mean, down the road. You know what I mean? It's over
That's
with,
true.
man.
True to King.
It's over with, man. Yo,
Nah, this game's not over. The GOAT discussion after this game is over. It's not even.
Yo, that little
I ain't going that
It's
far.
over.
I ain't going that far yet. I ain't going that far yet. I ain't going that
We're
far yet.
definitely gonna have that debate tomorrow.
Hey, where's Jamaria at? That dude was funny as hell.
Nah, I had to bump him out for a
I
second,
got
man.
Kareem-
He
I
was
got
getting
Kareem as
he
the
was getting
GOAT.
too crazy. He said Dennis Rodman was a bum. Man. I said,
Oh,
nah.
nah, he wildin'.
I said, nah, I can't.
Nah, he
Check
wildin'.
this out. I got
was trolling.
Kareem as the GOAT, but here's what I will give LeBron. After watching basketball, I'm 48 years old. I done watched a lot of basketball. I ain't ever seen no player at any time in his career in the league, in his prime, that you can put on a team and make them a contender. And
Facts, bruh.
he is. Now I gotta give him that. Kareem might go, but he the only player. Jordan, Kobe, all of them. You could put him on any team, and they
He's
would be a
taking them to the
competitor.
finals.
I'll give you that. LeBron over
They
Kobe
would be
Hey,
because of
competitive.
that.
hey, True to King. Who your go? Bill Russell?
Nah, it's
Because of
Jordan.
Damn.
That's true what you said
Jordan.
about LeBron, though. I'll give you that, man.
Yeah,
Because
LeBron up there. LeBron definitely top 5.
Kobe couldn't do that.
Let's say it this way: if we had a draft of all the all-time greats, you can draft any all-time great, and you need to at least get to the finals, and you got and your team's filled with average to below average players, and you're trying to get the most out of those players. What player are you going to draft as that
LeBron
player
James.
to lead those?
It depends what team you got, though. It really depends what team you got. Honestly,
I'll tell you, the 2007 Cavs took them to the finals.
Because you got like a small forward that does look like at least a little bit what LeBron James do. It ain't gonna be effective. You know what I mean?
No, with LeBron, you got your playmaker, you got your.
No, I'm saying though, if you had like a
rebounder.
small forward, like you had like a small forward to do a little bit of what LeBron James do, it won't, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you gotta have like a certain amount of
the point
team.
forward. The point forward is the way to go.
Thanks, bro. It's the wing. It's the wing guys.
You got to have more sides of the era of the small point guard is over with. You can't be small at point guard anymore.
Yeah. We got Ben Simmons in it too.
Those small point guards, they get exposed in the playoffs. They get picked on easily.
You gotta be a different breed though, man. You really gotta be like, if you be a small point guard, you really gotta be like.
Hold on. Hey, did you hear them earlier talking about how Tim Hardaway Jr. would be better than Steph Curry in the 90s?
I heard that.
Or Tim Hardaway. They said
I
Tim
heard that
Hardaway.
last night. I heard that last night.
Yeah, I heard that last night.
Who said that? Who said that?
James was trying to make the case for Tim Hardaway being better than Steph.
Jay's old school, man. Jay's too old.
No,
school,
hold
man.
on. No, there's a difference between old school and just making some flat out ridiculous statements.
Yeah,
Like, it's different.
on Steph.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
ain't going
man,
that
come
far,
on, man. Like,
I can't do that, man. I rock with Jay, but I can't right
Hey,
now.
Lamont, I like Jamarian or whatever. He funny, yo.
nah, he cool as hell. I fucked with him, but he said Barkley was trash, and then he said Robin was trash.
he was trolling, man. He was trolling.
I honestly think he believes that. I honestly think
he would say, because he was consistent when he was talking about. He was like, how when we said Bill Russell, this how we, you know what I mean? And I agree with that though.
Tyson like him, True the King, because he was on Bill Russell head. That's the only reason why he like him.
Nah, he was funny, but his 1 point is funny.
No, but the Steph Curry conversation.
Yeah, that's ridiculous though. That's what I'm saying.
man.
Like you can't let. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, you can't just say stuff like
But
that. Like, I don't.
This is what I mean, though. They try to diminish every accomplishment somebody makes in this era. It gets diminished because they don't think it'll work in the 90s. Like Steph couldn't do it. He couldn't do it in the 90s. Like I believe he could dominate the 90s by a long
They even
shot.
tried to say Kevin Durant wouldn't be the player he would be. Like
No.
Kevin Durant, that dude.
He would be. I think he would be better in the 90s. To be
For
honest,
real.
I think so.
Hey, Lamont, put him in the 90s. They would have thought he was. They would drop him in the 90s. They would have thought Kevin Durant was one of them blue
No,
aliens.
if
from
Kevin
Avatar.
Durant got dropped in the 90s, they would have said, "Forget Jordan. We about to push this motherfucker to be the GOAT."
Exactly.
That's what would have happened.
Because that guy's a robot.
Yeah, KD would be like the second best scorer behind Michael Jordan in the 90s, and it wouldn't even be close. Like,
KD
No. The best scorer in the 90s is Karl Malone. Karl Malone has more points all time than No, Karl Malone has more scoring points than all time because he's the second on the list, and he has more points than MJ, and he has never won a scoring title.
Man,
he has never won a scoring title, and he's second on the all-time scoring list.
All right, I get out of here.
I gotta leave with that. That was almost as bad.
MJ ain't a better scorer than Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, I can't give you that.
Dude, right here, Karl Malone, bro.
Yeah, you out of pocket.
Karl Malone scored more points. He just didn't have Scottie Pippen. He just didn't have Scottie Pippen.
Hey,
You
teach
out.
him
You
through the
out.
game.
Lamont, bro.
Hey, we out, y'all. We out. We were shutting it down, man. We out.
All right, man. I'll catch
Catch
y'all,
y'all.
man.